meat. Facts free, high and meat. Hamburger Radio 294. Food stamps and cell phones. Woo! With Patient Zero. Kyle is here tonight to help us break down the world that we're living in. It is here. He's got his green shirt on. Big money! Big money! That's right. He'll be playing his clips that were complained about from the listeners from the bad episode.
You're the biggest complaint.
We gotta talk about that later.
Yep.
That's gonna be great.
Second hour, we're gonna review the comments. I'm mostly focused on the negative ones. Fresh off of our most listened to show in the history of NRR Radio. Thanks again to Mag for making that happen. Allie is here. She just ate a bowl full of
strawberries and cookies.
There you go, strawberries and cookies. Now she's playing on her phone.
No, I'm not, you stupid shithole. I'm
handy napkin on the desk.
I'm trying to make sure this shit doesn't fucking echo because you fucked with all the settings in the computer.
Yeah, hopefully I fixed the settings. If you listen to the show on YouTube, which is not my preferred way for you to listen.
Dreaded laugh tracks.
I had to fuck with the buffering and everything.
Wait. What was that, Allie?
Those dreaded laugh tracks. I think somebody said that.
Really? Oh, all right. We'll put a pin in that.
I'm sorry. It was so funny. Dreaded. Like, they hated it. Oh, like, I like it. I think it makes it lighthearted.
Right? Yeah, that's
some
and
people.
Plus, we know all the people's voices that are laughing in it, so it's more exciting for us to hear.
People don't listen to things for lighthearted.
I hear Brawler and they're going, you know?
I guess to somebody, man, we're going to get into it the second hour. First, though, what?
All right.
Yeah, second hour, save it. We'll break the whole thing down. We'll have an hour.
Break it down, people.
Make a run.
All right, we got to stop. People think we're also mocking him, so we got to
Kyle, did you listen to last show?
I tried to.
Yeah.
I had it on YouTube, but it was the streaming kept freezing.
It kept cutting out and shit?
Constantly, yeah.
Oh,
I just had it on the TV, you know, so like whenever it would work, like I would hear the points, some points, but it just kept coming out, you know.
Fuck, I wish something...
But I had it on YouTube though, you know.
Yeah.
So
No, I was trying to send to, I don't know, technical bullshit, right?
Was it something with the buffering of like the moving screen?
I was sending way too much high quality information, uploading.
Yep.
Like too high a bit rate, too high all this other things, frame rate and all that shit. And the connection here just ain't been the same since the start.
Yeah.
If anybody wants an update, 0 drop frames. So whatever you did may or must have fixed it.
So the show quality won't be good, but it'll work. It's like,
that's more important.
I was sending out some real high quality 4K shit, and it was just freezing up. So
it looked like it would have been really cool.
There's those clips again.
You tried. I honestly, I thought it was the government stopping you, man.
That's what I'll go with, too.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, shit.
Trying to shut them down.
There they go.
That above ground world. The above ground world news I watch for my weather. That's my weather guy. It's called Above Ground World News. And he swears that, that's what's happening. He's on, like, satellite internet and shit.
Dude,
and it's, like, in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, yep,
is.
look at him trying to buffer me. They don't want this information out.
Yeah, you don't see any, pro-vax or whatever shit or pro-New World Order shit getting cut out.
You don't see that buffering.
No, it ain't buffering. It's got all the buffer it needs.
They give you, that's that good old net neutrality.
Buffer these nuts.
Yep, but I honestly thought it was YouTube going against you because just last week the CEO said that any anti, whatever thing is going to be taken down. So
yeah, you saw that? Mm-hmm. Google now.
Oh, Google's doing it too.
Yep,
yeah,
Google's going.
It's just funny. I mean, you can't even have a reasonable debate with people anymore because it doesn't. I mean, I have to claw tooth and nail for the info, but all they have to do is go on Google, and the first article from the CDC that pops up, I'll get sent that, and there's no science in it. There's absolutely no science in anything.
It's just
all it is. Like, I mean, I'll
science.
give you an example. I mean, you get an article that says, "Oh, if you have cancer or if you have had cancer, should you get the vaccine?" It's just yes.
No evidence.
No evidence. It's just according to studies, we do think it's safe, so you should.
When were these studies done? Yesterday.
Yeah, but it also, if notice on the bottom of the page, it says, "But don't get the shot on the same side where you had the cancer."
What?
Oh, that way it gets diluted before it makes it across your body?
No, because I'll get into that exactly why it causes cancer. I have all the science for you.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Even the protein names and all this crap.
Before we
from
get
doctors.
into that.
Yeah, but way before. Sorry.
Before we get into that, though, I do want to tell you, like, really cool. My big thing yesterday that I kind of, thanks to the MAG show, not yesterday, but last show, when I said, man, I'm really enjoying this long form storytelling. Like, now I look at this show, since we're approaching 300, I'm looking at it as it's not just this individual moments, it's the collection of everything we've done. And man, having you back, I was like, dude, you're one of the few people I met when, like, were you still in high school or maybe just out of high school?
Senior year.
The senior year? When y'all put out that album, that was right after senior year?
Right after senior year, yeah.
Incredible.
Like that summer or whatever. I think
That's
the
fucking
other guys
awesome.
are still in high school.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you think about it, man. Like,
It's like,
really,
man, I known you since you were like young.
2010. Like,
Incredibly talented musicians. Like, man, getting to work
no.
with y'all and be around
the
like
other
that.
guys were the musicians. I was never the musician of them.
All right, well, we'll say artist. That really sets the standard low. Anybody's an artist
Yeah,
now, right?
everybody's an artist.
You got a fucking some fat bitch that eats 4
But it's
tubs of
like-
ice cream.
Hey,
goes
hey,
to
she didn't claim to be an
she
artist.
goes to
Leave
a
her
fucking
alone.
she goes to a drinking draw. Next thing you know, she's an artist on
Come
Facebook.
on. All right. Jesus. This is what you got. Look, we finally get somebody intelligent to come on the show. We got Mag.
He's
now we
not
got Kyle here.
intelligent.
And you're going to reduce the show to pig squealing and shit jokes like that?
Hey, real shit. I did
What?
see the hands. It took me a couple
Oh.
watches.
Oh,
and
yeah.
once I saw the hands do like kind of puff up. It's
Oh,
weird.
God.
Hey, it's like no like wrist.
It's all
like,
ice cream.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Sorry, but you.
You're not sorry.
The point I had is that you are still you.
Yeah.
Like you, I don't know how to explain it. Like you're more. I don't want to say refine it, or I don't even want to use some dumb word. Like you're really grown. You're grown up now,
yeah.
but
Grown
you
into
still
yourself.
you've held you and your character, but yet
was
you've come
hard.
a long way
It
since
was
then.
hard to hold on. Just like with anybody, you've held on too. And that's, I guess, coming home, I mean, that's, start with everything going on too, and to see what you post and things like that, it's obvious, like, we've been awake this whole time, There's a reason we all met, it's probably for right now and what's happening now.
Really, you think this is that big of a defining moment?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I can't see how it's not. I wish it wasn't, but I do. I think this is it.
I know, I do too. It's weird.
It's my gut.
But I think I don't know. I
I've
think
never
we've
had
had
that.
these moments before, but we were never
Right.
these people in those moments. If
Right.
that makes sense.
Right. It's just.
You having
I
fun
always
over there,
thought-
Giggles? We're being too
always
serious.
thought- I mean,
Mayday's
it's not
not.
coming-
He doesn't
it's-
do good with
it's a-
serious.
it's
Don't
a-
worry, his mic will fall down
Yeah,
in 3
yeah, that was
minutes.
another complaint that we're making a joke out of something that's a serious thing.
Go for it.
We laugh at everything.
Hey,
man.
we're
I
gonna
mean-
get to that the second hour.
Well, I mean, because
God
it
damn
keeps
it!
showing it so apparent.
But you might as well laugh. I mean, it is funny.
You have to, right?
It
That was
is
my
funny.
that was my point with Magno. Is like, man, I needed to laugh. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you hear the truth, sometime, which is great now. Like they've made.
terrible.
You
Yeah, you
can
have to.
insult someone so easy now, and you can also get me very entertained by just telling the blunt, honest truth. And it's
Right.
so rare now that you get
Right.
it that it's very entertaining to hear, to me at least.
Yeah, I think so. I think too, like with how.
Sorry.
Fucking him up.
Yeah. What was I saying? People. What were we saying? Oh yeah, with like everything going on, my gut instinct of what's about to happen. But that same gut instinct, yeah, it's been there throughout all the years that it's coming, and I didn't see any way that it wasn't. I mean, they openly have talked about it. It's not a secret. It's just it's where you want to live. It's where you want to have your mind. Like, and if your mind has been discerning throughout the years what's coming, yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's just pretty obvious.
I think though the majority of people know. Do you agree?
Yeah, but
The majority of people know.
Have you seen the movie They Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like that. It's an artificial form of sleep. You can know. It's doublethink. You can have it. Our society is at the point now where people can have two opposite opposing thoughts and have them both make sense at the same time because they're in cognitive dissonance, and their brain. If you could really look at the wave levels, it probably would be like an alpha wave just something that's very sedentary, just like the TV puts out as alpha waves to hypnotize you and put you in a state of sleep. I think we're constantly probably in a state of sleep.
From what I understand
Even
about
me.
computers, I'll put this very simply. From what I understand, if you're programming and you give a computer, I probably saw this in a movie, it's how you kill a robot. If you give them conflicting statements, a computer can't decide which one is real or fake, and it just melts down, right? It can't function anymore. If it gets to a point and it says, if A, do B, and B equals C or D, then the computer just goes, okay, C or D, and it just keeps going back and forth and puts itself into a state of where it can't function.
Right.
Well, if the human brain is damn near works a lot like a computer with its
Yes.
programming, then when you give these people either on either side, because now they just got two groups that they stick people in, and you give them conflicting ideas, and then you just send them their brain into this weird loop where neither side, the truth is a little bit on both sides, but since they're given such hypocritical, multiple, I don't know, the duality, it just puts both sides into this weird loop to where
does.
neither side is
Yeah.
making sense. Like, no,
Yeah.
don't you realize this person's problem you have the solution for, and vice versa, but you're going to just keep fighting back and forth and putting your followers, the people who give you the power to do these things, in a brain loop to where they're hypocrites constantly. On every one of their beliefs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's at the point now where it's like you can't. There is no debating with it because with the vaccine or the shot, for example, it's like I'll have references of people who study immunology, pathology, like immunology, virology, and but they will tell me otherwise. But at the same time, it's like you're not a fucking doctor. You're not a scientist. You have never studied virology. I've never studied virology. I've never studied immunology. I have no fucking idea. But these people that have dedicated their whole lives to it, they do see something here. And you not listening to them, I mean, you might as well go put a gun to your head. You really should, because you're fucking stupid. Period.
I seen one, I think what you're talking about is this similar to where they had one of those student council meetings and a health professional, I forgot what she was, but she was qualified health professional. Her kid went to school there. So she was very anti-vax and gave her reasons and, you know, stated her facts from it. Well, then they had the other people come up and debate saying how wrong she was. And her point, though, after it was over, she was like, I volunteered. I did all this on my own for the safety of my child. Those three people who spoke against me were paid to be here.
Yep.
Paid by the people who are fucking making money off of this shit. But yet I'm discredited and I have no value and everything I say can't even be said.
Yep.
But yet I'm the only one doing this
considered
because I'm worried
dangerous.
about my child, not because I'm getting a paycheck from these people.
And the fact that it's so, thank God you don't have kids, Allie, you don't have kids,
I am
Mike,
very
you don't
grateful
have.
for
Thank
that.
God, because they're gonna inject this into the children, and that's what needs. If there's anything left to save, it's them. Not only with their physical being that's about to be absolutely fucking destroyed, but with their mental being. For years now, they've been going into schools and preaching. They're sexualizing kids is what they're doing. It's pedophilic. It's disgusting. You don't sexualize kids. You don't go into schools and teach them about trans shit and all this crap. This is bullshit. So not only have they taken the kids' minds, but now they're coming from the bodies. That's where we're at. So if there's one reason I'm here tonight, it's if like one person is listening, hasn't gotten it, is on the fence about getting it, you know, you shouldn't do it. Even if you got to lose your job, you know, there'll be other people hiring. It'll be all right.
Dude, they're not even firing people from jobs yet, or
No.
barely starting. And there's already no one working to register at the houses. I can't get groceries anymore. It's going to be a cold, dark winter.
And
There's no
that's-
truck drivers to drive
that's the
around.
thing.
that everybody's okay with shit service because at least they got to do something.
Yeah.
You know, you take shit away from people and then you just give them a little bit and they're so happy and grateful for it. And it's like, what the fuck? You just ate that shit?
So it's like what Eddie Murphy said with the dynamics between a male and a female. Like, the female withhold from the man, you know, they get them to the point where they're grateful for a fucking saltine cracker. Oh my God, it's the best cracker I've ever had. It's because you haven't fucking eaten, you know? It's like these people, this craving for normalcy, this craving to have it, it's not coming back. They're not going to give it back.
No, never.
They're never going to give it back.
just-
It's way too much money.
My big thing, I started using the word precedent. And I started using that with the first shutdown. Oh, that happened through that Donald Trump, who was going to save us and speaks for the working man and all this bullshit. Like
Right.
people fell for the Donald Trump shit, and
They
then
did.
fucking who? All the people
Yeah,
fell
did.
for it.
But can you blame them? I can't.
Yeah, I guess.
After 8 years, the last one, I can't really blame people for falling for it. I can't.
Really?
No.
Well, Obama? What did Obama did?
I mean,
Mandatory health care? That was going to happen if Romney got in office. What's the fucking
Right.
difference?
I
To
think,
me, he gave people hope that needed hope at that time.
I think that's what I'm getting at. There's just a hopelessness. But no, throughout the Obama years, I mean, it was nothing but a really progressive liberal agenda, and everything was way more expensive. I mean, geez, even my napkins. I mean, if you remember before Obama, I got a full-size napkin. When Obama gets in, it's a half-size napkin. Everything got smaller,
Now
more
you can't
portioned,
even buy
more
'em.
expensive. And now you see the same thing when another liberal gets in office. Everything gets more expensive. Everything becomes, harder to get. It's just the way. But so in that regard, I can see, like on the economic side, why the people would want to go for Trump, right?
Yeah,
But at
yeah.
the same time, with Trump, I totally see the fact that when the vaccine rolled out, he said he was going to have the military come and give it to everybody,
And he
my
paid
God.
for it.
and he paid for it.
He asked them to make it. He released the restrictions. But my
Yeah.
point is, then people fell for that shit.
Yeah.
And now it's like they're looking for somebody else to save them. That's
Yep.
what's
Yep.
scary. Because
Yep.
to me, this thing's a big
It's
script.
always a savior. No one's looking to save themselves.
David Icke, problem, reaction, solution. They
Right.
create a problem, offer the solution, and then they get done what they want to get done.
I mean, I'm on the side of like Alex Jones. I think that the people who run the world have made deals with interdimensional beings. I really do.
You go that far.
Yeah, I do.
You think there's aliens involved.
Yeah,
Let's just call them
absolutely.
aliens.
You can call them
Dude,
aliens.
that would
I
be
think they're
kinda
interdimensional, but I think there's an evil interdimensional presence that they are doing deals with.
Oh.
This is how I look at shit. This is what fuck you up, maybe. It fucked me up. They got these guys like Socrates, right?
Right.
He could write all this amazing shit and think of the human psyche the way he did. You read all the different books. I'll put the Bible in that. Bible's very fucking dumbed down because it's made for dumb fucking people. But you get into other religions and other books that are written, it's amazing. Somebody could write that. And why would they write it if no one who could read it could understand it? But we get to here, 2000 and whatever fucking year it is supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Like Mag says, when did we reset to zero? And the average person can't understand it or comprehend it whatsoever.
No,
They're
no.
that fucking dumb.
And you have every church.
But you're talking
in the country
thousands
with
of
their own
years ago, somebody
interpretation of it.
wrote something that genius and wrote it, and people read it and understood it enough to preserve it for 3,000 years.
Yeah.
But yet the average person reads something like that down and don't have the intelligence to comprehend it. It shows you that something weird's going on. We're fucking dumbing down. Like you
Yeah.
look at the old architecture and these buildings that they've made and everything, absolutely stunning and amazing.
You should see the 8th grade final examination from 1896. I was watching that on YouTube. Like, it's ridiculously hard. I would fail it so bad.
To me though, the people who run this world are those people that could have the knowledge and understanding, and there's just something inside, I think, some people that wants them to do something. Like back then you didn't have this much entertainment, so you actually had to do something for entertainment.
But we can go back, like, in history, too. Like, what I just said about interdimensional beings and the elite having that's nothing crazy.
You don't think?
No, Himmler, which was, one of Hitler's right-hand men, had the Vril Society. It was all, that whole society was about making contact with those beings.
Lamb.
But I mean, he was doing some sick shit. I mean, he was torturing people and sacrificing them and all this shit. But my main point is whether you believe in demons or interdimensional beings or not, the people that are in power absolutely do. So, and they have a lot more money and they know a lot more people than you and me. So.
You talking about like Skull and Bones and stuff?
Any of those secret societies, yeah, Skull and Bones, all those Ivy League schools, everybody's got one of those secret societies. But I think it's been something kept hidden from the plebs for thousands of years.
What you call them?
Plebs.
What are those?
From 1984. Remember the book? That's what they call
okay.
the lowest echelon. That's
I
what
don't
we
remember
are.
that.
Yeah, we're just the fucking plebs. And we don't get that knowledge, you know. And if we are a pleb with the thoughts that that's possible, you're just fucking nuts. But that's what they believe.
When you saying we don't get that kind of information, what the information that the interdimensional beings, if you're sacrificing
we
enough
don't
children,
get to,
they'll make you rich?
Yeah, I do. I think that's part of it. Yeah, they have to sacrifice kids.
You think they drinking that adrenochrome?
I don't know about the whole adrenochrome thing. I think it's very possible, but I do absolutely believe that 400,000 kids in this country go missing every year, and they just happen to go missing wherever these dumbs are, deep underground military bases are located. Isn't that weird, a little weird? If you look at the map where all the kids go missing and
I tell you
deep
what,
deep underground military bases.
a conspiracy theory happened to me before I was even old enough to mutter my first words, and that's when they stole my foreskin. I'd really like to know what the fuck they did with it.
Well, there's a lot of
it's
people.
gone.
You know where that comes from, right? The guy who invented Kellogg's. He was really against
Cornflakes guy?
Yeah, cornflakes.
Oh, where is this going?
He was really hated people masturbating and dudes jerking off. He just hated it so much. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, he funded and started to get that whole movement going where they cut off all the kids' foreskins.
Put them in cereal boxes?
No, yeah, right.
Deep fry them.
They probably did.
Crispies.
They probably
Hey,
fucking
you're
put it in
great.
the cornflakes. I'm probably eating foreskin from like 1920 right now. But yeah, his whole thing was to stop kids from masturbating, and if you take away the foreskin, then you get less feeling on your cock.
Oh, they still did it. Joke's on them. Like,
Man, yeah, I
just
thought
use
this-
some fucking shampoo.
I thought the
Yeah, I
rabbis
don't know
bit
about
them
that.
off to live forever.
They chew and swallow that?
I don't know what they do with it.
Probably.
They
This-
just made them stop recently. Like it was. We're not talking maybe 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago in New York. The last rabbi bit the skin off of a little Jewish boy's penis.
Fucking gross, dude.
They had to pass a law like in the
can't-
last 10 years for them to
can't
have
put it
to
in your
stop
mouth.
doing it because he had like herpes or something.
Can you imagine seeing an adult man bite a child's penis tip
That's
off?
fucking crazy.
can't
I don't
imagine.
care what
Hey
religion
man,
that
them
is.
Jews got
I'm
money.
not trying to judge you.
That's
That
what
shit
it
is
takes.
fucking weird.
What?
Very
You
weird.
gonna let somebody nibble on you for
Your kid doesn't have a choice.
But it is a huge double standard, man.
And adrenochrome ain't cheap, man.
No, that's the good
Get a little
stuff.
taste of it.
Well, they fucking go fight tooth and nail against a female genital mutilation done in countries.
Wait, what?
But not a person fucking
Right.
cares that boys are being mutilated every single day.
Right.
They
And
only
that's
care.
what's getting a double standard.
As long as it's the white boys, they don't care.
Right. Right. It's true.
Dude, I'm telling you, liberal
It's true.
women fucking hate freaking white men.
They do.
hate
they
them.
really do.
Like we can't do anything right.
They hate them. But
A lot of hate in their
but
hearts.
if you know.
I never look at like a liberal
the
woman
psychology,
like
you
mad
can
at her.
win
I
'em.
just feel bad. I'm like, that's a cute chick. If she would have cleaned up underneath them arms, she might be all right.
Yeah. Well, it's sad. It's sad what happened to this city in particular. So many pretty women in this city in particular.
Then ice cream and beignets.
Well, yeah, man. Like they went. They go to college, and at least in my years when I was here years ago, where it's like these chicks went to college, they dyed their hair fucking blue, they cut it short, and they got fat, and they just didn't give a shit. They didn't want to look good for me anymore.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Why
I'll
do
keep
I have to
looking
look good for you? I got
yeah,
a job.
Fuck you. I hated that attitude. Like I hated the whole feminist attitude, and I'm really glad to see it dying off. Of just like the
Oh, you
women
think
not
it's
giving
dying
a
off?
shit. I think so. I think these women are lonely as fuck now, man. They're all getting lonely and desperate, and they realize their biological clock is running out, and they better get themselves a simp before it's too late.
Yeah, but they wasted all their years.
Yep.
Fucking
They wasted all their years,
lashing out at
and
the
they come
very
to-
people
yeah.
they wish they had around now.
And then come the guys like me, and hell no.
No.
Well, they're desperate. They're desperate, and desperation is not attractive. Is it, right?
they go hit the gym again.
Yeah, fuck them.
They'll do
I'm
that,
working
bro.
out every day, and I'm emotionally unavailable. Fuck
Dude,
them.
women who want to get married are capable of great things like losing 200 pounds.
Yeah, well, they'll lose 200 pounds when the guy leaves them just to prove a point, but they wouldn't do that when they were with the guy, right? Yeah. All right.
Called, names and fat. I was just
Now you
thought
wanna
I'd
care.
be slow,
Yo,
and
what the
and
fuck?
so I
Made it.
came home crying many
Come on,
days
dude.
from
This
school
is like
and
not
from the
even
neighborhood
funny,
and
dude.
from sleepovers.
Dude, it's great. Every
This
time
show
we kick that
deteriorates
fat
further
bitch, I
and
get
further.
happy. I get
Sorry.
happy
I
every
thought
time
Mag
we kick her.
redeemed us, and now this.
Oh,
I
I'm
kicked her
sorry,
on the
Alan.
Mag show.
Huh?
I gave her a
sorry.
good couple of kicks on the Mag show. I threw that ice cream eating bitch in.
Come on, man.
I'm serious. Dude, that fat bitch tried to give me health advice. Can you
Oh
believe
my
that?
God! And that's where I'm getting at too.
All
Fat
right.
people don't ever come to me with health advice. If you don't work out, don't fucking talk to me about health.
What if they can't work out because
But I'm
of,
going to tell you the difference. Time
Disability?
out.
A
They
disability?
coming,
disability.
I'm
yeah.
here to help.
That's fine.
all right, listen,
yeah,
Pickle.
I'll accept that.
They coming for them next. You watch.
Right.
They coming for them. All these shortages that we're going to have coming up, it's
Right.
just going to happen to be the shit that they like so much.
Yeah.
I bet you there's an ice cream shortage.
Yeah.
They already wiped the candy aisle out. If you look, dude, go to your
It's
grocery store.
Halloween, you dumb shit.
There's no candy out.
Right, because the motherfuckers bought it. We're ready for Halloween.
What? No, ain't nobody
I went
went.
to the store. Yes, I got a
Don't
fuck
be
ton
dumb.
of candy yesterday, man.
Don't be dumb.
I did.
You didn't go buy the whole aisle of regular
I got
candy.
the pumpkins, the regular fucking Reese's. I got the
Allie,
goddamn.
when
what?
it's Halloween, they put out Halloween candy.
Yeah.
When you go to the candy aisle at the store to where there's by the registers, not everybody ain't buying that
Oh,
candy.
you're talking about the individual candy.
So listen,
You're
this-
right. That shit was
This is a
empty.
prediction. I
Okay.
think they're gonna take away all their foods.
Good, yeah.
But you know what? No, not good. I don't want them to.
I know.
You have the right to get as fat as you fucking want.
That's right.
You
You
do.
do.
If I can go buy cigarettes, we can be not get a vaccine that they say is good for them. Those
right.
people got the right to eat what the fuck they
That's
want.
right. That's
You
what
shouldn't
makes you
have.
happy.
When you go to the motherfucking grocery store, that should be your choice of what you buy at the store or not.
Vegetable oil.
Some people. No, life is fucking horrible. Like life fucking sucks. Jobs suck. Making money suck. Having
Yeah.
kids, from what I
Yeah.
can see, looks like it fucking sucks. Having
Sucks,
parents
yeah.
that grow old sucks. Having
Sucks,
parents
yeah.
that abandon you when you were a kid, that sucks. There ain't
Yeah.
nothing about life that is actually quality except for the few moments,
Few moments,
that you
right.
can escape the fact that life is horrible. So if some people get that from sucking down 4 gallons of fucking ice cream,
Yeah.
let them have it.
Right,
Yeah.
let 'em have it.
Everybody's got to find those things in life that only hurt yourself, that keeps you waking up and wanting to fight through the day again.
Right.
I was rewarded for my behavior,
However-
for my grades.
Boy,
for
you
all
really stepped it up a notch
accomplishments
with the
food.
My whole
complaints.
family has been overweight. We've all had weight.
I would say this though. I think you're right. Life is fucking miserable if you know. Like I recently trying to quit smoking, but it's like, yeah, if I took away my coffee and my nicotine, it's like a meme I saw. 87% of the little bit of fucking joy I have in life is gonna be fucking gone. You know, so I understand that, but I also have to do the devil's advocate thing and go that I think that discipline is underrated, and I think that more people need to at least go fucking walk, get your body moving, and you're going to be grateful that you did, especially in this season now and what we're going into. It's really important for even the unvaxxed right now to do things for your immune system. Get fresh air, get that heart rate up, get your vitamin C, get D3, and get zinc. If you do that, you're going to be fine.
See, I'm different than you. I say, fuck those people. I don't care. I don't care what you do. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck what you do. I don't care if you don't move all day except to walk and grab a fucking
Yeah.
box of chocolate out the fucking cabinet. I don't care. Just don't tell me and don't force me.
Right.
More than force me. You can tell me all you want. I've been ignoring people who claim to be smart since I was a child. I don't give a fuck about them. People just ramble on. Most of the time, the motherfucker wants
true.
to act like he's so goddamn smart, dumbest motherfucker in the room. So I don't care about those people, but just don't force me to do something. That's
Yeah.
when I was like, you said this is important times. I totally agree with you, because somebody is trying to force something on me that I know is a goddamn fucking lie,
Yeah.
and I can't say no. And now you're threatening my life.
Your livelihood.
Like if
Everything
you're gonna
you've
take
worked
away
for.
my shelter and you're gonna take away my
And-
food.
The thing that pisses me off probably the most and I'll steal it from the feminist, is silence is compliance.
I thought you hated the feminists, man.
I do, but I will steal that.
They did
from
have a
them.
good point.
Just like I'll steal everything from them if I like it.
And there ain't a fucking thing
but-
that hairy on bitch you can
Oh,
do about it.
And but a thing they say silence is compliance. But this is the same thing. And what I notice is with people who got the jab, like if I tell them, hey, you know, everybody that I used to work with, 50% of them are about to get fired. My brother just lost his fucking job. They don't give a fuck. They just nonchalantly.
Should have got it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Should have done your part.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, because in their fucking mind, they're saying like, it's not that hard to get. I went and got it. Fuck you.
Well,
How dare you?
They
You
don't
know, that's what I want
understand,
to tell them
though.
because but it pisses me off because they just don't care that they don't understand. It's like what you posted the other day about when they came for the socialists. I didn't say anything. When they came for them, they did not say anything. They're gonna come for them too, and they're already fucked because they took it,
Well, I've been hearing some people.
and it's irreversible. This
Yeah.
damage that
Well,
they did to their body.
And I know some people who are now they up to the third shot and they're like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore.
Well, guess what?
And then now
You
all of a
have to
sudden-
get it.
Now you're fucked.
You're going to have to get it, not because it's going to be mandated at some point, but because your body needs it. Because what you just did, what you did by injecting yourself with that fucking shot without fucking questioning a thing and not waiting for the research, what you just did is you... Let me look at my notes.
Yeah.
Let me look at my notes.
Dude, this is awesome. He's got
You
a crazy
literally-
person pen.
You literally reprogrammed both your adaptive and your innate immunity. This is reprogramming your immunity. So everything, your whole life that you built up immunity to shit, picking your boogers, picking your ass in kindergarten,
Being
doesn't
around
mean
strangers.
shit. Yeah, being around, it's all gone. Because you have artificial immunity.
What?
And let's get into the science of it. Let's get into the basic science of it if I can.
Yeah, no, please.
All right, so within this vaccine, you have mRNA, right? Let's get the basics of it, and let's get the basics of a cell down, because I think you're going to be shocked how many people got this shit and they didn't even know the basic fucking anatomy of a cell. So let's get into how normally this works. Usually your body recognizes something. This happens within the nucleus of a cell, where mRNA is created through the DNA. This is the first time in human history, animal history, probably universal history. I hope there's no one else as stupid in the universe to do this. But now the mRNA is going directly to the ribosome. It completely bypasses the nucleus.
What is the ribosome?
The ribosome is where you create the proteins. That the mRNA goes to the ribosome from the nucleus, and that coding, the ribosome takes it and creates the protein. This does not do that. You just injected your body with a toxic spike protein. Well, you didn't inject. You injected the mRNA that created it to make that spike protein. It goes directly to the ribosome. Your body does not know what the fuck to do with
So
that.
you're saying
Foreign
it's not
invader.
filtering
It's a
through the
foreign-
brain of the cell.
Exactly. This is a fucking experiment. And anybody, I'll quote. Forgetting the doctor's name. Got it right here. Dr. Judy Mikovits. She says that 2 years ago, nobody in their right fucking mind would have taken this and been part of this experiment. That's how, like, nobody in their right mind, if you actually get explained the implications of this, why your body would be having these innate, crazy immune reactions.
Well, that's one of the
and-
issues.
yeah,
that they're
and-
saying that people who didn't have full disclosure.
Yeah, but if I can get into this too, from Dr. Judy Mikovits, let's get into this.
Well, who is this lady? Where you find this lady?
I-
Mikovits. I don't sound like a name I trust. I'm just saying.
Right?
Hey,
She I can't tell you exactly. I'm trying to remember because I didn't write down her full credentials, but she
Oh,
has
I
over
know.
25
Sure.
years of experience. She's been on the head of boards and viral. She's a pathologist.
That could qualify to me.
Yeah.
All right, now I feel meta.
So she claims that what they're actually injecting when this goes through the ribosome is it creates an envelope protein, which is poisonous to the body, which contains within this protein something called syncytin. And this is a very dangerous spike protein. Now, this syncytin in every retrovirus or in any cancer, this is the blueprint for how cancers are formed and grow, is from syncytin. This is, you can go look it up if you want. Now, what is this doing? Let's get into it. Let's get into the science of what syncytin is actually going to be doing. So, your Toll-4 receptor, which is within the protein, suppresses it. So It's very complicated.
Yeah, no, think it out. You already studied
So,
it.
you have the envelope protein that gets created. It has syncytin in it. What this also does is it goes throughout the body. What syncytin does, this is what I'm getting at, because we're going from syncytin now. Syncytin
It puts it in an envelope. It gets through.
Yeah, why it causes cancer is because it suppresses the Toll-4 receptor, which is essential for keeping cancer at bay. Once that receptor is fucked, cancers are going to be growing like crazy. And that's what Dr. Ryan Cole says and his colleagues are seeing across the board within the past 6 months. Is not only that cancers are spiking up like crazy, but they're aggressive cancers. And they're coming out of nowhere, and they're coming into people that are very young of age. And this was very atypical. And then we go back to what I said at the beginning about why on WebMD or CDC, they'll tell you don't get injected on the same side that you had cancer. This is why. Because you now are injecting yourself, you're getting your body to create all over your body the blueprint for how cancer is formed.
Good Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy.
You went and looked at all this with all these illustrations of cells and all that. You
Absolutely.
really now you know a lot about cells that you didn't know before.
It's basically
They
like going
taught that
back to
to you
high
at
school.
school. I
Yeah,
remember all
I had to
that.
go back to high school.
Really?
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
I didn't remember all that shit.
I think I made a jello
I didn't
thing
remember
about
knew
like
what most of
Eva
those
and all
things
that
were and
stuff.
what
the
they did.
mitochondria,
Yeah.
like the powerhouse of the cell. I remember little things, the nucleus, but is exactly how. Like I didn't remember from high school that like, oh yeah, the DNA creates the mRNA, which goes to the ribosome, which creates the protein. I didn't remember that, you know. But
I
I'm
must have
telling you,
skipped out them days. I don't know if they had DNA when I was in school.
well, I'm just telling you that. Like,
We were learning about the
as
clouds.
basic, but yeah, I know. As basic as that was, I wasn't paying attention either, obviously. But as basic as that stuff was, like, people don't know the basic science of it.
Yeah.
But then you get into the innards of it, and it's pretty. I get why people don't look it up. It's a lot. Like, I don't know what a fucking Toll-4 receptor is, but doctors do. People who study this shit is. Cancer is actually technically a virus as well. So
I think one of the ways that I've always heard, like at a company, right? If you have employees that know too much, it can do too much, then they almost become a threat to the company.
right.
But if you take people and you isolate them down to a very minute portion of the entire process, then they're kind of weak and powerless.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You have control over them more as a company, and they're easy to replace. Because now you don't have to hire somebody who's got 10 years of experience understanding the whole system.
Right.
You just got to replace the person who plugs that one thing in. Doesn't understand what the next person's doing in the chain. And I think that's the hospital industry now. Like before, you
didn't
had
even
very
get into
many, very many general practitioners that knew a wide range of the health of being healthy. Now they get you so isolated down to these specialties that everybody's just doing their job, and that's how something like this can happen because you're just doing your job. Most of them in debt, even if the
Right.
whole healthcare industry agrees with this vaccine, and then you're like, oh, well, they're gonna fire 150 something people from the hospital, and you're like, time out. Those 150 people didn't have nothing to say of why they didn't
Yeah.
agree with this, and we don't even get to hear what they're saying.
Yeah, they just had a doctor get fired yesterday in Los Angeles for refusing.
And I'm sure
But-
his YouTube
But really,
explanation
how
is
many
gone.
people, honestly, let's get this straight about COVID too. I've never heard about anybody dying at home from it. It's always in the hospital. But I think what's really been going on, what will come out hopefully in many years from now, or hopefully very soon, is that this has been a mass genocide within the hospitals. Because what they did was they get people in. Some of them didn't even have COVID, didn't even go in for COVID, but they would test for COVID, and PCR tests are extremely inaccurate because you can have a dead viral cell in your nose and you're COVID positive. Well, after that, they're hooking up people on ventilators. They get, how much money was it? I think like 20 grand for hooking up everybody to a fucking ventilator. Okay, let's hook up people to ventilators, and then let's pump them with remdesivir, which fails the kidneys, while also having them hooked up to saline. So effectively, what all these people, most of them, I would say well over 90% actually, that they died was from drowning to death. And everybody who's been in the medical system and was silent and knew what was going on, they need to face punishment, but also the people that were just stupid, because it's not an excuse. This is murder on a massive scale, and your stupidity, not noticing that the doctors giving remdesivir is killing people, you sitting there is just as guilty. Ignorance is no excuse in this point. It wasn't an excuse at Nuremberg, and it won't be an excuse now. But this whole 600,000 people that have died, no, this is a mass murder. And it's continuing with the vaccines. And if you really want to get into how many people have died from the vaccines, we can go to the VIIRS database, and they already have around 15,000 confirmed from there. But that's not accurate.
And that's the one that's getting reported.
That's not even accurate, because if you get vaccinated within 14 days and you die, it's not counted that you were vaccinated.
So
how many people died within
feel?
the first 14 days and weren't counted? The people that are estimating the numbers is probably at 100,000 by now.
How do these people feel? You work in the healthcare industry, you need to keep your job, then you're forced vaccinated, and then you start finding out that this is happening. Like, what are those people gonna do?
They're stuck.
They're stuck, and I would hope they just fucking walk out.
And then the guilt that you feel for pushing this, like, all right, so there's
Like,
the
enough people need to walk out to where they have no choice but to say to stop it. Because
Right.
every time one other person goes and gets this jab to keep their job, you're fucking us, and you're fucking up everything.
But they've demonized the anti-vax
Yes.
people so bad.
So bad.
And it started back from the election that those people are so, when I say those people, if you just disagree, then they're going to stick you in the box. Oh, there's the flat earth people.
Yep.
There's the flat
you
earth
sent me that
people,
earlier.
science deniers. And
Yep.
it's like, holy shit, you're
But they
looping.
don't
Now
know
if
any
you just say,
science.
I
They
don't
don't-
want the vaccine, you're a Trump supporter, flat
I don't
earth,
even know
and
the
fucking...
science. And we didn't even get into the other half. I just went into the basic science of what this shot is doing, because really there's a whole nother half. And you're probably not going to be able to find the confirmed information on it, except for the people that are putting this shit under the microscope and seeing what's inside. But so when they inject you with the mRNA, it's surrounded by a protective layer of nanoparticles, lipid nanoparticles, right? Within that, it's obvious now from looking at it under the microscope that they're putting in things what I think to be graphene. And I think that's going to be used. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't have the proof, but my gut tells me that they are injecting people with graphene, and graphene reacts to the environment. It reacts to 5G, and it's so easy to fucking control people's minds. Bill Gates was talking about it in 2005, how he wanted to turn off the God particle in people's minds through vaccines.
Christ.
He does, like, the whole goal, and this is why I'm saying in these I think it's, I'm about to say end times. I think it is.
Reset period.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. Yeah, I think you got to get right with God. Whatever you believe.
Really? You going there?
Yeah, I am. I do.
That scares
do.
me. You go to church?
No, absolutely. You have to stay away from
All right,
the
wrap
church.
it up. We gotta go to church, man.
Yeah.
Me
No,
too.
no.
I mean, it's
I'm
gotta-
nervous. He knows
it's
a
gotta
lot of
stop
words.
fucking me
No,
up.
you got to stop. It's not religion. It's getting right with God. There is no church. There is no church left that will give you all those churches are telling you to get the jab. Honestly, probably there's very few.
We had people say that, yeah.
So they're just part of the government. But I do think when you're alone at night, when you're pondering everything that's about to come, and your gut tells you it's going to come, you have to start thinking about that moment when everything is going to end. And when that moment comes, what are you going to be able to say that you did? What are you going to be able, did you stand up for what was right? Did you hold the fucking line? Because in the end, it doesn't matter. If you got down on your knees and got that jab, you're going to fucking die anyway. And you didn't stand up for anything. And I think if there is a creator of the universe, and if there is some happy face looking down like George Carlin wanted me to kind of imagine, I'm going to live my life according to that. I want to try to get my body right, get my mind right, and get my spirit right. Whatever that is, I'm ready for the next thing and ready for the next adventure. But if this one has to end over this, that's fine. But at least I can leave this adventure knowing that I fucking stood up for what's right. And I want to stand with people who hold the line. Because I have no doubt this is the genocide. This is what's been coming. So I hope it doesn't offend or anything like that.
I
but
don't
yes.
even believe in God, but I definitely believe in the... dude, funny, I'm going to say it. I believe in science.
Yeah.
There's definitely a
I do
program.
too,
There's definitely a program running. Now, the part I have a problem with is when you throw God in, that makes me think of
He's
this
the programmer?
thing, programming. Yeah, writing the program, and he can make changes if we do something or don't do something.
Right.
There's this program running that's life, and it does not give a fuck about us at all.
For my sanity,
At all.
I can't.
The
I have
program-
to think that God's beyond it. I have for my sanity
Yeah,
because
I don't think the program though cares about any of us. It doesn't care about the birds. It doesn't care about nothing.
the birds aren't real, man.
No, them fucking pigeons
Have
are
you
spies.
have you ever seen a baby pigeon, dog?
They charge on the power line.
You've never seen a baby
I
pigeon.
never have.
Have you seen your neighbor bringing in the groceries? I've never seen it.
All government lies.
Like there's things I do. I mean, like the other night there was a tiny little car driving past, but it sounded like an 18-wheeler. I swear to God, man, it was like 3 a.m. I woke up because this car. So I thought it was a fucking 18-wheeler coming. There's a tiny car, and I was like, oh my God, that could have been a glitch. They got the sounds wrong, in the fucking computer. But
So wait, so
am
there's
I-
this program running, and I do believe in
Sorry.
it, and I think it's good. Like our immune system, the human
Yeah.
body, nature itself is fucking incredible. Now they're saying all this oil. This big fight on oil and carbon. These are natural elements, and that means natural elements can be manipulated and taken care of by other natural elements.
Right.
Once you start making synthetic things that are artificial man-made elements, those are the things that can't be taken care of. You got to make another artificial thing to destroy it. But if we stayed as natural as possible, even with oil, there are microbes now they're finding that
Don't
eat
eat that
oil
shit.
that get rid of it.
Oh, that's what they did in the Gulf.
Like oil comes from underneath the ground. The shit spews up sometimes. There's a volcano making a whole new island right now. The earth has this amazing way.
Yeah.
Your body can take in certain toxins and flush it out as long as
Yeah.
it does not exceed the amount your body can take in. But when you start interjecting artificial, man-made, synthetic substances into your body, that's when your body can't fucking get rid of them.
Yeah, your body-
Now it's deteriorating the cells.
It is. It's your body recognizes that protein as literal fucking poison. And what's the science is just such trash. Let's get into like a real vaccine takes it really should take 10 years. You need egg cultures and you need to have an envelopment of the whole virus, right? You need so your body can recognize every part of it. All this is the tiny toxic spike protein that's on the surface of it. So that's part of the reason why everybody that you see catching COVID right now has gotten the fucking jab. So the only people that are getting COVID right now are the people with the jab.
I don't
Because
know.
their
I
immune
don't know.
system's fucked.
They said they're going to start separating people.
Who
does
really?
that
Who?
Yeah. Separating the jam from the unjab.
Well,
What do
Pfizer's
you
already
mean?
got the database.
Like they'll have a room for the
database.
vax people and a room for the like in the restaurants and
Yeah.
stuff.
Are you serious? That's crazy.
That's kind of funny.
Are they doing that like in?
I know they
Still
started-
let us in.
Well, it's because they're losing money, I would assume. So now they have to probably start letting unvaccinated in, maybe.
I guess. And like
Yeah,
the
but-
NBA, the unvaxxed players can have practice at this time, but then when they have a game in certain cities, then they can all play together.
So
So fucking
stupid.
stupid.
Dude, when I watch this shit from the college football games and everybody's out there tailgating and maskless, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. My problem is that we've caught them in too many lies. Like, too many things are hypocritical that if you have an unbiased, rational mind, there's no way you can look at this shit and think it makes any sense.
Right, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And
It
do
doesn't.
you agree they up to something big this winter, and I can't understand why.
Yeah.
Like, why is nobody working? Why are they having nobody working?
Yeah.
Like, where are
I
all
don't
these
get that.
people?
I don't get that. Like,
Why
That's
are all
'cause of
the
the
cargo
storm.
ships
Right
staying-
now, here it's because of the storm, dude.
It's
No, I
not
don't-
just here, it's
Yeah, no,
everywhere.
I don't think
Why,
so.
why are all
Okay.
the cargo ships like waiting in the ocean right now to
Right.
unload? Why are they, you know?
Why is there a trucker
thousands
shortage?
of
Where
them.
did all the truckers go?
why is there a microchip shortage?
Right.
Why is there so
And when
much
they go and
shortage of
explain
everything?
it to me and they give you the explanations, I'm like, that don't really make sense. And
At
that's
all.
real
It does.
convenient that all of this is happening right now.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Like, dude, it's
Like when everybody's gonna quit anyway over the jab.
the fucking. We got to come to the realization that the reaction to all this, and it's unbiased because it started during fucking Trump and continued now. This is not anything new, but those interdimensional beings that rule this world plan this shit. It's been planned for a long time and being put into place, and they're ramping it up right now, and they're giving you all these fucking excuses that, if are true, were because of the reaction. The fucking cashiers at the grocery store didn't all fucking die of COVID.
No, but they
The
got
truckers,
displaced in the storm.
the truckers that are fucking missing and not here to transport shit, they did not die of COVID.
Yeah.
The trash people to pick up all the fucking trash that is still fucking in the city,
How's that going?
they did not die from COVID. we're not suffering all these fucking things because some old people in an old folks home died. No, as sad as it is, but guess what? They were gonna die. Like, that's
they
the
were
next
gonna
step
die.
from where they fucking put them. And then, goddamn it, if you're gonna be so broken up about that, maybe you shouldn't have stuck them in the fucking old people prison in the first place. Don't be mad at me.
Right about that.
Like, good, you inherited the house. Good, have fun. Enjoy your vacation. That's what happens. Like, let's all not fucking pretend like that's not what happens. You
Well-
stick some fucking old person in an old folks home because, God forbid, you got to live with the aggravating motherfuckers. And then they die, and then you inherit a house and you take a vacation. That's what people do. Like,
That's right.
but maybe it is from COVID. I
No.
could be wrong. Kyle, you...
Maybe. It's all from COVID, huh? No, I think what's happening is not being televised. How many people have already quit their jobs? I mean, I already have people in my family, people I know, they're all quitting. They're just not going to talk about it.
I think the airlines, a bunch of people walked out because of the...
Yeah, I think it was an American.
Southwest or something like that?
Yeah.
But now today they're reporting that they canceled 100 and something flights and people are getting layover and they're blaming the weather. But I went and looked at the app. There
Right.
really ain't no bad weather
No, it
nowhere.
was the air traffic control people had a huge
Walked out.
walkout, right, in Florida.
Yeah, but they were not reporting it.
No, they say it's the web. They don't want people to know because if the worst fear they would have would be the word getting out that everybody's quitting because then power in numbers.
Grasshoppers ruling.
Well, it's
ants.
like-
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
people stop booking flights.
It's just basic herd mentality. Like when I went to see like Roger Waters before I joined, you know, like everybody in the stadium was smoking, you know.
Uh-oh, that's Will.
Uh-oh.
Coming
You
by.
Tell them to call the
all
main show
makes
number.
No,
perfect
it's
sense.
That's the only woman who loves me, my mom.
No.
That's, fucking I thought it was her.
No, that's Artom's mom.
Hello? That was May's mom.
Okay, well,
Hello.
That's my mom. Hey, Mom.
I was hitting the off button on the phone instead of the talk.
All right, we'll try again. All right, try again. Push the button.
Wait, is that
There you
real?
go. I'm
the V's
proud of
popping out. The V's like full force.
Wait. No, but they're not going to televise it because
Scrolling.
everybody's going to join in. I mean, it's like at the stadium. I was saying when I see Roger Waters, everybody in the whole place is smoking weed. Everywhere, like the whole place is lighting up. It's like a big plume cloud in there, and the security people don't give a fuck, right? They don't care because everybody's doing it. But if it was just one or two,
Oh, yeah.
Would have
Or
gotten
somebody
them right away.
complained about them.
oh yeah,
They go like, oh, fuck.
yeah.
Excuse me, this
But
person's
it's-
smoking marijuana
Yeah,
over there.
marijuana.
All right, fuck. Now I gotta
You know?
go get this
But it's-
person.
It's always power in numbers.
It's
But if
true.
they keep people thinking that it's only two people smoking in the stadium, they keep people having that illusion, that double think, then they have a good card in their hand right now to play.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, definitely. I'm
They're
ready
genius.
for it.
This whole plan is. I mean, honestly, like if I step outside, like I'm sitting in a spaceship, like this whole thing is genius. I mean, they set the perfect trap on humanity to kill them off.
And the amount of money they spend. Like marketing. I remember when I worked at Winn-Dixie, the greatest thing that I learned, I was always into marketing. I wanted to know mostly because how do you brainwash people? I was kind of big into that. I thought maybe that'd be a career path I wanted to go down. So I'm like, how do you make people buy things they don't want using art and intelligence? I wanted to know that. I wanted to be good at it. I started paying attention to little things like, oh, wow, we put a shitload of fucking Budweiser, and that's the #1 selling beer. And then you just, thanks to the internet, go look it up. Advertising budgets, the #1 spender of advertising beer companies, Budweiser. That's why they own the Super Bowl, got the Bud Bowl and everything.
Yeah.
And I watched products changed. I watched Pepsi, choice of a new generation, about to take over Coca-Cola as the #1 selling soft drink, and then they came out saying that someone found a hypodermic needle in a Pepsi can, and they had this big smear campaign on Pepsi. Next thing you know, no Pepsi fucking moving off the shelves. The dumb motherfucker is still buying everything else bottled and made at the same place as Pepsi.
Right.
But no, then
But
you
not
watch
Pepsi.
Coke move on the aisle. Like if you go to your grocery store and you look and see how much aisle space something has, that's how you know who's winning the sales war. And who's winning the sales war is always on who's spending the most money advertising.
Well, don't
it's
you think
it's
like
not tricky.
Like the way they did an illusion of choice with the choice of vaccine, they all do the same toxic shit. Like The Pfizer one's doing the blood clots, the Moderna, you name it, AstraZeneca, they all do the same thing, but they're marketing against each other. I think it's all sneaky, like, oh, the J&J, that's the one that gives you the clots.
right.
No, come get the Pfizer,
they're
that's
all
that
giving-
good goo. It's
So
fucking marketing.
here's another nutty theory I got. The newspaper's gone, right? Gone. The internet, that was the new frontier for these news people, the news companies. Well, the average person could put out better investigating and information than they can. It's
Yep.
just the truth. They can.
They can.
And they're packed. The most internet users that do shit like you, looking up all that, you're not getting paid to do that. You're interested. You're motivated. Those people do the best work. These motherfuckers that gotta write a bullshit story and get it in before fucking noon every goddamn day, or for $20 or something, they don't give a fuck. They just robots at this point.
Yeah.
Give me something. I guarantee you, they get a story of information from a hospital, credited information about one of these drugs and the vaccine. They call first person they motherfucking call is their competitor, and if they don't give them money, they call them. And they're getting paid, and that's how they're continuing to be the news source, because that's the only place they're making money.
Oh.
Like, it's the only place they're making money now,
It's true.
is to get paid by these drug manufacturers. You
It's
look
true.
on the television, and
It's gotta be so
95%
easy, like
of the
it-
commercials of the drug companies, who do you think is fucking paying for the entertainment? Why are they paying for the entertainment? Oh, because look, here's a video of all
it
the
reminded me
entertainers getting vaccinated.
Of when Alex Jones, he went on Piers Morgan. It was the whole gun debate. It was back in like 2011. And he said that a big reason all these people are going crazy is because they're on the serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which make you suicidal and homicidal. And
Another cowboy.
Piers immediately shut it down. And Piers like, oh, you don't like that, do you? Because that's your main fucking advertiser that's on the commercials. And it's true. Like, where you get your information, where is it? Who's funding it? I don't know why people can't fucking do this basic deduction in their head that when you're looking up information and all the opinions are the same, especially with the shot, that you should get it, you should be fucking scared. And if you're not, I don't know what.
When those healthcare professionals go for continued education, it's all paid for by the drug manufacturers.
Yep.
That's who's
Absolutely.
giving them their
So-
continued
and
education.
and the doctors get money every time someone gets the shot. They recommend someone to get the shot and they get it, they get money. It's a fucking deal. Just like the same way a Pfizer, just the same way a doctor gets paid if he prescribes Viagra. It's the same shit. It's a drug deal. That's all it is. These doctors don't give a shit. I don't know why people don't understand that either. That, like, a lot of these, see, back in ancient times, all of the wisest always wore white robes. I mean, the philosophers and the religious. It's a thing. It's implanted in our mind to trust the white robe. And you just, these naive people that go to these family practitioners that are just in it for the money. They're really nice. They're nice to your face. And whatever the mainstream line opinion is, they're going to fucking tell you. Not every doctor's like that. My mother's doctor, I'll give you an example. Last month, she went and she was on the fence with the whole vaccine thing, and she asked her doctor straight up, "Should I get it?" He said, "No, absolutely not. There are good ones out there, so I'm not trying to paint a big picture." And he told her, "No, absolutely not." My mom has had like open heart surgery, mitral valve, all that stuff, so absolutely not. But how many doctors do you think there are that would have told my mom, "Oh yeah,
You're high
You
risk.
need it.
Get
you
it.
need
Get it.
Yeah.
They look at your mom like $50.
yep,
Like, oh, I can buy some new golf clubs with that.
yep."
Man.
It's just all bank.
Dude, tell me about the Hamburger Boys. Not to totally switch subjects, but it's
Hamburger
getting late.
Boys, yeah.
Should people listen to that or no?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, personally, I think, well, it was originally called Vegan Ass Eater, but Ass Eater, I think it's the most prolific song written in the last 20 years.
You dropped the vegan, it's just ass eater now.
I think it's easier for people to remember, you know? But I do think it's prolific, and I think it's probably one of the most meaningful, it's the most meaningful song I've ever written.
Really? This one here?
This one is. Hot Licks. She sucks dick. With fucked tits.
With what tits?
Fucked tits.
Fuck tits. All right.
And she's vegan. And she's vegan. If that's not poetry, I don't know what is.
Dude, it reminds me of Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
Huh? Am I wrong? Way off?
No, I was like, well, me and my buddy, and it just came about. I was like, this sounds like Alice in Chains.
All right, yeah, right.
It's like the
So you still mess around with music? You still playing?
yeah. I got my own little recording studio now, everything, you know. So it's kind of what my life has come to, is a little recording studio, basic equipment, and I'm just gonna keep writing stuff that's raw and pisses people off if they hear it, you know. And maybe somebody will notice one day.
All right.
I like writing against like liberals and stupid shit, you know, like just stupid shit. I like, but I do think that's prolific. I mean, who else is giving that message? You know, just pure honesty. Well, I tell you who it is. I tell you what.
Vegan asshole probably tastes different.
Well, why? You know, you're not going to eat meat, but you eat ass. I like the irony of it, right? I think that's a really good message, and I think it's also like the whole ass eating thing is a real symbol of what's going on with our society. Like, everybody just wants to eat ass now.
I don't. That's terrible.
Do. I'm into it.
Oh, no.
At the same time, it's like a good figurative metaphor for like how degraded we've become. You know, like no one wants to eat meat. They want to eat soybean with beet juice in it, but give me that ass. You know, I think it hits home. I think it's a good home hitter, man.
So you're gonna be putting out more music. That's
Absolutely.
I'm scared to know what the next song is. Hey, you know what? It's
Well,
still
think about
better
it,
than
though.
Velcro Dog.
Like a song like that, like it's somewhat like the things like that singing about, you know, is that any like that's actually like way less worse than anything that I hear coming out like today. That shit's like fucking vile. You know, but if you put a little rock and roll to it and say, oh, she sucks dick and she's got fucked tits, I mean, like, oh my God. But dude, go listen to what's coming out. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Shit, from what I hear, you go look at that new Addams Family movie and they got some songs. Kids love that shit, right? You could give kids song like Old Town Road and next thing you know, the guy's pregnant.
Right.
Like, here you go, kids. Yeah, get a load of this.
Right.
I think a bunch of boys wanting to grow up to be mothers.
But no, I don't. Yeah, you do have that now.
Oh, yeah.
You do have that. You have a lot of people that can't physically have kids that want to have opinions about how people should raise them, you know?
Dude, you brought to my attention, I didn't know this, with Eric Clapton, dude. Eric Clapton got the vaccine and then it almost fucking killed him. Fucked him up.
Fucking killed him, yeah. A lot of people in that age group, you know, my stepdad as well, he's around that age. He had a miniature heart attack after getting the Moderna shot.
Oh,
Damn.
no.
Yeah. And he had a horrible kidney stone. It's pretty weird. It's 2 days after. Like, he almost died. It's crazy.
Must have gotten the wrong side.
Wrong side.
So, dude, him and
But
Van
yeah.
Morrison put out this song, This Has Gotta Stop. And what's crazy to me is Eric Clapton and Van Morrison, those are like big names in old people music to me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's two really heavy hitters. They put out to me a protest song. And the only way I knew about it is because you told me. I think Rolling Stones did one article in it.
Yeah, they really kept this one under wraps. His whole opinion, they probably took down the interview on YouTube. And it's so sad, too, when you hear the interview, because Eric Clapton, he mentions that his daughters are brainwashed in the interview, that his whole family is extremely liberal and brainwashed, and they were pressuring him to get it, and that's what made him got it. And he felt ostracized by his family even after getting it and having these symptoms. They still were judgmental on him, like, oh, what's wrong with you? You know, like, Eric Clapton has just been through, like, the trial of his life. I mean, I think his whole family is kind of like, him and his family had a real separation about it. It's sad.
And when the hell is his 60-minute interview? And the constant fucking clips on Facebook about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what gets me. They're making it seem like no one's fighting against this,
Yep.
but they are.
They're
They
everywhere.
are fighting against it, but
Tons
the
of
press,
people.
you know, the press ignores it. But yet get 10 people or somebody to throw fucking paint on George Floyd's copper head and it gets tons of article and tons of press.
Yeah.
And they go wipe it off with a little turpentine. It's gone. It's all right, George back, he's good.
Yeah, that whole thing was catastrophe. I mean, really, did they build a statue for one of the 13 kids that got killed? Did they?
Oh, if we start building
They're not
statues for
gonna, well,
every
I know,
fentanyl
right.
overdose, we're going to be busy for a while.
But I'm talking about like the guys in Afghanistan, the kids that got blown up, you know, like 20-year-olds, you know. And, how about the guys? Why don't we make a statue for all the people that I've known that have killed themselves, and you know, all that. Like,
Where
does it end? You know,
it ends when people
it's
stop
just
getting
disgusting,
be made
you know?
examples and helping win elections.
Yeah. It did. It was funny how all those. It's funny. I mean, BLM's been having protests everywhere against the vaccine, but you're not hearing about it.
No,
it's
all
funny.
of a sudden they don't get no press.
Yeah, it's weird too. Like how before the election, you would have thought the world was burning down with these protests. You know, That's all they talked about.
It was a huge problem that we had. And if you spoke out against any liberal ideology, then you were a racist. And you just get
Right
put
off
you
the
in a
bat.
little fucking box, and now nobody
off the
listens to
bat.
you. You're like, yeah, but I'm making sense. But you're racist because you don't fucking whatever. It's like, holy
It's just
crap.
so funny though, like when the black
What?
people, what? It's not a racist to say
No, I
blacks.
don't know. I don't think you can say that. Okay.
Blacks, when the blacks don't side with the liberals anymore, like you have a huge, like this is what's happening now.
Yes.
Is the
Oh,
blacks
it's refreshing.
do not side with the liberals anymore. And looks like it's not even a conservative and liberal thing anymore, or a race thing
It's
anymore.
people who
just
hold
people with
themselves to
common
certain
sense
values.
against people without common sense, and that's the way it should have been all the way along. So if anything good's coming out of this, it's that, you know. But no, there's nothing racist about saying the word black. I mean, or African American. It's too long to say.
I think it's the whole the blacks. I don't know. I think that's associated
Well, Allie,
with
I
Trump.
tried to use colors, but that's
That's
not
really
No, but I
bad.
mean,
more
but
yet.
I guess we
They
do
call-
say.
I mean, we
we
can
say
say
the
the
whites.
whites.
Yeah, we
I
do
mean,
say the
there's
whites.
nothing
I do.
racist
I say
about
that.
that.
Tell you what, black men right now, I'm telling you, is our only hope
It
to
is.
fucking stop
It
this.
is.
We're not going to stop it. But like Meg said, by time. The only way we can stretch out their plan to go, okay, they're not ready to fully commit, or submit. The only way is for those people to start backing up each other and, every values. Like, a lot of people have these same core values across any
Yeah.
color. Like, it doesn't matter your
No,
color.
we're all
Certain-
fucking human.
Yeah, when I
We-
talk
we
to the
don't-
freaking Arab dudes at my store all the time, I go see my friends. They're my friend. And when I talk to them about shit, they're like, yeah, this is fucking why we left our country. You talk to a lot
Yeah.
of immigrants, and they're like, we left our fucking country because we did not want to live like this, and now we get here, and then we're living like it, you know?
Yep.
And it fucking sucks for all people. If people would stop thinking they're on some kind of team and just do what they believe in, what's in their heart, and not be a fucking hypocrite, a lot of this shit wouldn't be like this.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's just it's an extension of an ancient thing called tribalism. That's all it is. I mean, that's what I mean. I know you guys watch sports and everything, but that's all that is tribalism, just for the masses.
For the masses.
You know.
Dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, but it's good. You gotta have distractions. You got to, and I admire sports, and I think it takes a lot to be good at them. So I respect that. But what it's become, like, hey, Joe Biden, come on, hey man, you go get a. You go to a
Get
football
this
game,
shot,
man. You go get a jersey for 25% off, man. Come on.
Nothing was more insulting than George
nothing-
Bush telling us we were going to fight terrorism by going to Disney World in the mall.
Yeah, yeah.
Fight
Remember
terrorism.
that?
Go to Disney
And
World
if you
in the mall.
smoke weed, you're funding it.
That's right. Yeah. Don't do
Remember
drugs,
that.
kids.
Yeah. So it's like it's very funny. Yeah, but they use sports and donuts and everything to incentivize people just getting enslaved. Literally, Krispy Kreme. I think they were giving like a free dozen donuts or something.
Free dozen, you get $100. They might give you a cell phone and some food stamps.
That's the biggest thing I can't understand is why if it's that critical, why are they trying to bribe us with all kinds of shit?
Oh yeah, ain't
Seriously.
nothing free. I mean, like, it's
Hey man, all trust science.
well, it's just like all it is like, yeah, it's free, and we'll give you this little crumb,
Yeah.
and now you're our product.
Right.
You're my product now, bitch. All for a donut. That's what they're saying at the top of those companies. And it's funny too, because we can get into like those companies like Pfizer. I don't know if you're familiar with the Veritas project, but they caught all the Pfizer science, like not all of them, but like 5 of them on camera saying, yeah, don't get it. Having
really?
natural antibodies is way better. Absolutely, yeah. And even one scientist said, I have no doubt in my mind that I work for an absolutely evil corporation. This guy's on camera. Yeah, look up Project Veritas. They're doing great work because they go undercover and they get these people just to say the craziest, the truth.
Yeah, I
The
seen the
truth.
one where they had the dude that worked at the news station saying that everybody should be killed.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was during the election or something, maybe. But they
Dude,
always come
the-
up.
The liberals right now are the Republicans. They're in the George Bush Jr. or post 9/11 Republicans. They're no different. They're the same.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking beast I fought then.
Yeah,
They
it's the
just have
same-
different logos on.
I mean, you think about like the hippies or the liberals of like the '60s, like fuck the CIA, fuck the establishment, don't trust authority. It's complete opposite now. Like,
Well, remember, like the
like
Republicans.
the hippie now is supposed, but that's exactly how
we
the
need to
Bush
kill all
era
the Muslims,
Republicans
and you're
were.
like, what? Yeah, we
But
got to
that's
kill all
how-
the Muslims. They're terrorists, and they
Yeah.
like what's happening to us.
But that's
Yeah,
ex-
but unfortunately, we have the freedom of religion that gives you the right to have your religion. Oh, no, it's different. We don't have a religion to hate. Oh, because now that we have different religions, now the liberals are doing the same
It's the
fucking
same
thing.
thing. They're no different than the rhinos.
Fuck
that they
these
were, that
drug
we grew up
companies.
with, like, in
Fuck
early
the government and
2000s.
being forced to do things.
Yeah.
And then, oh, we're in power now. Force them with fucking injections. We'll call it science. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, they'll be trying to pass off a bunch of Hubble telescope pictures as real. Like, it's a fucking joke, Kyle, man. There's no
It is.
saving these people.
No.
I think you really do want to help, though, still.
Yeah, I
Not
do.
me. Fuck 'em.
Well, I feel like the only people that need to be helped now are the people that are very isolated. They're having trouble getting the information, and they're on that fence of losing their job or not. But their gut, their instinct is telling them don't do it. And for some, like, I have to be very grateful to the higher power that I believe in, that my discernment has been so strong. I mean, I was even, in a relationship, someone trying to convince me to get it, like really getting a lot of people around me trying to tell me it's a good idea, and putting fear in my head too, that if I don't, then I'll wind up on a ventilator or things like that. They don't like it when you turn the tables. But anyway, I'm very grateful that my gut instinct and my discernment has led me not to get it, and this research is coming out, and you could use Israel as a good microcosm of why not to get it as well.
What I ask is the vaccinated people. When the unvaccinated people are fired, the next day, don't go to work.
Yep.
Because unfortunately,
and
it's going to
this is-
take the vaccinated people.
It is, and that's my point with him, and that's why I'm not going to be extremely kind to him right now, because if any of the people I know that are vaccinated show their papers to get into anything that I'm not allowed into, I may as well take you to the Biloxi Cemetery, where a lot of fucking people who died, at least thinking that they were fighting for freedom, I might as well take you there and just let you spit and shit on their fucking graves. When you show your papers in America, as soon as you do that, if you're not making the same sacrifice that I have to make, places I can't go, and you're going enjoying normalcy and you're pretending to be sympathetic, go fuck yourself.
You hate fascism and you hate fucking Nazis, and they'll look at you wearing your fucking brown
look at
mask.
you wearing your fucking brown mask, showing your papers. Hate dictators, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Now
But
you
they
got
so
one.
much of fucking hypocrites they can't see it.
No.
They can't see it.
can't see
They think they're doing good things.
do.
They
No
care
matter
about
what,
people so
they're
much they
right.
want to refuse service to a sick person who's unvaccinated because they care so much
Oh, yeah.
about people and their health.
Yeah, I posted that yesterday for a little bit too. A nurse writing about how he purposely gives unvaccinated the wrong medicine and purposely makes sure that they die, and he whispers in their ear when they die, "Don't worry, COVID isn't real." This is a real nurse who wrote that he does this. So I shared that on Facebook just so that he can get fired. But I can't imagine how many other ones there are who think like him, who really could have gotten the jab, and now they're in the same. They're kind of in an opposite. Like, I'm in that spectrum where I'm unvaccinated and I'm passionate. And they're vaccinated and they're passionate, but their passion is going to lead to, in the medical field, people getting murdered. Like, these people that believe wholeheartedly in the jab because they haven't experienced the side effects yet. And I have to explain this too to the people that have gotten it. You might think that you're fine. your body's, as someone who's fucking smoked cigarettes for 15 years and had to put my body through a lot of fucking stress, your body can handle a lot, and it's fighting every fucking day, every moment, to keep things normal. And just because you haven't had a symptom yet doesn't mean shit. I want you to go get your blood work done. I want you to go get your D-dimers checked. I want you to even get an HIV test, because now we're getting false positive HIV tests because evidently...
That was Magic Johnson banging broads in fucking Vegas last night at the fights.
Right. Go get a cancer screening. Go do it all, because there's a lot of things going on in your body that you're not even going to be able to sense, especially with your immune system. Especially, I mean, we're just about to get into the winter too. So you have a lot of hubris that I think is about to get smashed down. And it's already getting smashed down.
Oh, God, Kyle, you're making me more nervous than Meg.
Yeah.
Dude, we got to take a break. And the last thing to think about before we go to break is that everything we've done this first hour will have us removed from Google or YouTube if they actually know about it. Everything we
Good.
did was fucking broke terms of services on the majority of these fucking platforms.
Well-
Can you believe that? What we just did, spent an hour doing, cannot be done. And if we had enough listeners or were on their radar or somebody reported us, this show will be taken down. That's the great fucking world that y'all are out there getting shot in the fucking arm and the ass for.
Fucking narc society.
He's DJ Mayday with the break.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of shit.
Oh God, Velcro Dog and Spooky Season? How do you say that?
Season, man.
Oh,
That's
Spooky
S.
Season. All right. And then a Czar mashup with Bill Cooper and Health. Not Real Radio. 294. Stay tuned.
And there's a reason that people are like this. Because people, for the most part, are mindless sheep. The Illuminati are absolutely correct. I have discovered this. It has been one of the greatest disappointments of my life to discover that most people, the people that I have been battling for, the people that I have laid my life down for you can be sure that when the New World Order comes into power, my life is forfeit for the work that I have done. It has been the greatest disappointment to find out that they are absolutely right about most of what they call the masses. Whenever you hear somebody use that term, they're usually one of them. Are nothing but cattle, sheep, mindless animals, steaks on the table and beasts of burden by choice and consent. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's true. It's because from the beginning people are taught to be stupid, taught not to think, not to challenge, taught not to ask questions. Why is it that we are told when we are young that we have to go to high school and then go to work for somebody? Why aren't we taught anything about money in high school? Why aren't we told that we don't have to go to work for somebody, that we can go out and begin a business of our own and not be dependent upon other people? Why aren't we taught to think properly, to question everything as we are supposed to do? What happened to Socrates? What happened to Aristotle? Where are they when we need them? You see, this country is not being destroyed by some invading army. It's being destroyed exactly as our forefathers said could be the only way that it would be destroyed, and that is from within. Amazing. Absolutely pathetic. A nation of children. And it used to be a time when the sheeple could go to work and bring home some real money. And they used to save their money. They weren't such sheeple as they are today. It was not considered honorable to be in debt. And if you were in debt, you tried to pay it off as quickly as you possibly could, and you never tried to intentionally go into debt. You had to be forced into debt by some terrible catastrophe. It is pathetic.
Dude, it's Bill Cooper. If you never read him, Behold a Pale Horse.
Yep. One of my favorites. And never forget that he was murdered.
Well, so
at
didn't he
his
get
house
killed? Yeah.
By the feds, right?
After he said that they said the feds didn't kill him, but yet he thought the feds were trying to kill him for at least a couple of weeks before that.
So somebody else just killed
Just
him in
a
coincidence.
weird
Just
coincidence.
weird coincidence,
Probably
yeah.
COVID back then. They didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
it was
it
the
was just
Omega
regular
version.
coronavirus
It was
back then.
COVID-1 got him.
Yeah.
SARS one.
Can I say that the dipping
The what?
the dipping doesn't
Yeah.
really bother me nearly as bad as it's because it's clear rather than it's like that.
Oh, I can't
The
stand
tea-
those
the tea color.
real dip
Oh,
balls
it looks
with
like you're
that black
shitting out your
shit they're
mouth?
spitting
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
if this is gross.
Yeah,
I'm
either
sorry.
way, I
I
wouldn't
can't
want
see
him
it,
to
luckily,
dump
'cause
that
I have
on
the
my
big monitor.
furniture.
Yeah, I know, but
Don't
at least
look.
it's clear.
I'm trying to hide it.
No, it's
I
all
can't
right.
see
It's all
it.
right. I'm just saying, like, I've been kind
I
of
know.
observing it, and it's kind of one of those where I'm like, it's not. It's at least a couple notches down for me.
It
if
is
he was
gross.
dipping,
Would you
like,
rather
the
that
first-
or Ricky's vape cloud?
I'd rather
douche
that.
flute.
I'd rather that.
Is it Ricky
That
that
and-
had that, or was it Corey from
No,
the
it's
wrestling
Monkey.
guy?
Probably both of them.
Monkey's
You gotta
got that
bear with
vape?
me.
Monkey's got that choo-choo train.
Don't worry. I took like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Like my immune system's good.
No, Ricky was gleeking on us. That's what it was.
Don't worry.
Somebody had this whole.
Well,
room
you haven't had the what do you call it, the jab? So
The jab, right? What's the other? Well, I mean, don't worry though. I mean, like natural immunity. according to Johns Hopkins University, Dr. Marty Macri, natural immunity is 27 times more effective than if you're vaccinated.
I'll be
Meaning that
damned.
the vaccine
there
is
is-
useless and it fucking kills you.
There's some good news. I'm glad you summed it up. with some good news.
Sorry, I got a
Jeez.
spitter though, yo. But,
Well, dude, I'd
It's
have to
okay,
say-
man. You made him feel self-conscious about the spitting.
no, I'm just
I
I'm an insecure
notice it.
little
I,
girl,
like, hey,
you
honestly,
know?
the thing is, if
you
he
know,
would have started
so
spitting that
insecure.
brown shit out, I'd have had to tell him
I
something.
used to tell.
Seriously, I would have been like, nah, we can't. I'm sorry, it's too much. But after 3, and it didn't, and I could see enough, and it was clear, it was all right.
Well, we
I'm
used,
just
Like, oh,
we
that's
used
just
to have a
regular
rule at work that if you had a spitter, you had to tape up the whole bottle so you can't
Okay.
see it.
Right, or
And
some kind of opaque
Yeah, sorry,
bottle.
I'm out of tape. But yeah, I do agree with that rule. It is gross because I mean, watching people dip, it's like remember that South Park episode with anal and vitro
Yeah.
eating or whatever, where you eat
Yeah,
through your
and then you
ass
shit
instead
out
and
your
everything
mouth.
shit out your
Yeah.
mouth. That's what it looks like. It looks like you're shitting out your mouth, especially
Shaw's
when
ass
they
eating
spit
people.
that last blob out.
Uh-huh.
It looks like a turd and then other brown shit. It's just gross, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Extra bad with a beard. You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get that
yeah.
out.
Beard's bad.
Oh, man.
But I do have a story about being experimented on. If you
Yeah?
like, so my name isn't identified, but I guess the status of the fact that I was in the military can be out there.
All right.
But when I first went in, I went to a place called 30th AG. 30th AG is where you spend 2 weeks. It's the most miserable time of your fucking life. I mean, you sit all day. It's like being in prison. You wait in line all day. You're sleep deprived. They keep you awake for 48 hours before you're even indoctrination with 30th AG. This is where you go before you go to basic, and you stay there 2 weeks.
Oh, this is before training
Before
starts.
training, you got to get indoctrinated into everything, all the paperwork and everything, and also the vaccines. So when we got all of our inoculations, we went into a big padded room with tons of doctors, you know. And,
How many people?
God, I would have to say like 10, probably 10 fucking
10 of
doctors.
y'all.
Oh, no,
No.
no, 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 no. Us? Like,
Yeah.
oh, God. It would have had to have been 60, like
Okay.
60 people crammed into
So
one
10
room.
doctors to about 60
Yeah,
people.
like probably like a platoon size at a time. And you walk in a line and you just get jabbed. Like your
Oh,
cattle.
God.
I lost count. I probably had like 8 shots just
and
in
all
that day.
these are to protect you against things in
Pre-
case.
And I don't even know what they were, man.
Really?
I don't. I have to go in my medical records now and actually go look at what I'm injected with.
Oh, God.
So at the time,
Not
you
only
just
having to
said-
get a flu vaccine every year, but the
It's
kicker
like that
is
waiver before you use an app that nobody reads. You just
Yeah.
like, I want to use this app, so I'm just going to do
you have
this.
to you have no choice there. I mean, your head's shaved, you look like a goon, you're tired, like you don't even know what's going on. But after the initial inoculations, all of a sudden, people walk in, but they're wearing hazmat gear,
What?
and everybody sit the fuck down. You're about to take a pill that is not FDA approved. It will make you sick, and they. From what I gathered, from what I remember, what they said is they said it was an actual chest virus. Their excuse was that they had seen in basic training environments that this chest virus would become an issue, right? But they would literally come and they would put the pill in your hand, make you take it while they're in hazmat gear, and then immediately make you rub your hands with hand sanitizer. So what they gave us was a live, active virus. And after that, our whole company, we were still in 30th, but everybody started getting sick. But when we got to basic,
When you mean
everybody,
sick, what is sick?
like something like COVID. It's a chest virus because so your lungs are just filled with mucus. You're constantly coughing up mucus, and this lasted for about a month and a half.
What?
With a whole company just and let's not forget too that you're doing the hardest training, like that's really out there for basic training.
While you can't breathe and
While
not
you
feeling
can't breathe.
good.
And also, I had just quit smoking for like a little over 10 years and cold turkey, like at the airport. I landed at that airport and
This
I
was
bought
called
a
detox.
pack of cigarettes before the drill sergeants came to come pick us up. And I was smoking right to the last minute. So not only was my lungs detoxing all that, but they purposely infected me with a non-FDA. I don't know what this virus was. The whole company was fucking sick. Everybody was just looked like death, and we're getting smoked to dog shit. I twisted my ankle so bad that I couldn't even fit it into my boot. You know, it was like the most miserable time of my life. I just like the physical, the mental pain, and after just that, that's not even getting into the other shit within service that just gets so creepy. But once you've been experimented on once and you already signed away those rights once, you're not going to fucking do it again. And that's why you're also seeing in the veteran community, none of them are going. None of them are getting it. And why so many people that are still in, the good people that I knew, they're not getting it. They're
They
not
lost
succumbing.
your trust?
Yeah. Yeah. They lost everybody's trust, I think. At this point.
Is that why
If
so
you're-
many
if you're an actual
military
patriot,
people almost
because
turn?
being a patriot, it's not
Yeah.
about the flag, it's not about any of that. It's about standing up for what you know is right. And now you don't have the option to do that. It's about standing up also for what your ancestry, people that just were tough as fucking nails and didn't take shit. People are such pussies now. That's what being a patriot's about. It's about holding the fucking line. It's not about how big you are physically or how smart you are, how dumb you are, or anything like that. It's just, are you willing to get on the line the same as me? And if you're not, then I wouldn't want you there anyway. I wouldn't trust you in those kind of situations, But that's my main story of just like, don't ever be part of an experiment if you have the option, and hold that line until they break down your door. Don't ever. I'll never know what that was. I'll never know if I'll have continuing side effects or whatever the hell from everything that they injected me with. I'll find out later in life,
Yeah, they don't know neither. That's why you were injected with it, so they can find
Exactly.
out.
And what's interesting too is with the people who got that were like, it was only like a certain time period. People who went after and people who they never got that pill. Like it was just. I think they'll just come up with something and be like, hey, test this out on them this month. Yeah, here's another one. They just use it as any of those government services. It's just a perfect testing ground.
Because you waved away your rights.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
waved away
Well,
everything.
because
you have
it's
no
voluntary,
option.
right?
Yeah, and if you say no,
and here's the
then
thing too. So
you just leave.
So you have people that are very conflicted because, like, when you swear your oath, you say, "I will obey the orders of the officers appointed over me." But there's also the other kitsch where you swore an oath to the Constitution, and those officers, they don't follow the Constitution, and they're unlawful orders that
And
go
that way
against
it
the Nuremberg
it
Code.
put you in that CD
in the
paradox.
14th Amendment. Wait, what's that?
It put you in that paradox.
Exactly.
And then a computer can't function when it's got a conflicting programming.
Exactly, and then that's why everybody, has huge mental health issues, I think, with staying in. I mean, I know guys, they're about to get their 20 years in, like retirement, man. Like 18 years, like less than 2 years away.
Like Biden says, just take the shot, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. Just take the damn
on,
shot.
man.
I just shit my drawers.
I got a question. Y'all think they really took it?
No, absolutely
I don't
not.
think they
didn't
did
take it. They didn't take it. Look at where he got the booster at.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't
in this
think that's
complete
real. I don't think they
movie
really take
studio thing. Like, no, they didn't take it. I don't think Trump took it either. I don't think anybody.
Well, Trump got the virus. He should have the natural immunity anyway.
Right. But I don't think any of them got it. If I mean, they're all exempted anyway. Why the fuck would you? But yeah, I think they just did a little placebo on them, And hopefully, I mean, the people that did get jabbed, the one hope for them is that they got a placebo, but you'll never know. I mean, well, you will know. Eventually.
The funny part is when he's doing the spitting thing in between laughing at mass genocide. Like, that's when the spitting thing, I'm like, goes up to the next level.
I mean, you got to be a straight savage sometimes, because it's,
The truth is
yeah,
revolutionary.
don't let anybody experiment on you. It's not a good idea. It's just out of principle. It's dehumanizing in every regard, and you don't feel like you will feel separated from yourself. And I think that's what's going on with a lot of people who did go ahead and get it, didn't do their research. Is they're feeling what I felt years ago, which is that separation from conscious.
All I ask is that when the
Consciousness.
time comes, take the backs of the people who are standing up for something you believe in, whether you got vaccinated or not. Like, it's going to
Yep.
take their support to stop this. And you made your decision, and nobody forced you, hopefully. If you were forced, then you should extra be out there fighting for the rights of the people who don't want to be forced. And to me, that's the bottom line. I'm not going to argue or don't know enough. I'm definitely not smart enough to know if the science is good and right, and if COVID, what extent of it's doing. I just look at the
Right.
facts and I go, I've definitely been lied to by a bunch of hypocrites who are making billions of fucking dollars, and they've contradicted themselves entirely too much. And the truth is actually bad enough for me to go, I don't really want to be a part of it. I'll roll the dice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. There's a pretty good chance it's not gonna be that. I'm closer to the end than the beginning. I'm
Right.
okay with that. I accept it. But dude,
Yeah.
it could be a number of fucking things. I think COVID
Yeah.
is just up there with the other
You have
reasonable
to-
possibilities of my death. I don't think it takes precedence.
No.
If I had to guess, I'm probably gonna die of fucking heart failure. That's what it's gonna be. If COVID happens to take me out, wow, it landed
Wow.
on red.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's what
It's
pisses
just,
me off.
but
I
you-
definitely will not die though, because I'm willingly gonna, like you said, be experimented on and do something that I don't believe in. And it's not that I don't believe in being vaccinated. I
Mm-hmm.
don't believe in fucking forcing people to be vaccinated.
Yeah, but this isn't a vaccine. I don't think we should be calling this a
Me neither.
vaccine.
You're right.
And because I believe in vaccines too. I'll give you a tetanus shot. That was worked on for like 15 years or so. It's a great shot.
Got rid of tetanus.
I'll go get that renewed anytime.
Dude, there's people walking.
know?
AIDS don't kill people as much as it did back
Mm-hmm.
in the day.
Right.
So yeah, I do believe that science is amazing. I had a broken leg once. They
I think
fixed it.
it's
I've watched
fascinating.
them save
Yeah.
my dad's life. That was fucking amazing to watch.
They did.
And it's like, holy shit, science and doctors and all that shit. It's
Yeah.
amazing what they can do. But to me, this ain't that case. And you're making a decision. Like if somebody goes, I think I'm dying, but I don't want to go to the hospital and I don't want treatment, and they want to die in their own house suffering, they should have the right to do that.
Absolutely
So
right.
if I want to fucking take the chance of dying of COVID, I should be able to do that. And then the
Yeah.
day I show up at the hospital and ask for help, I don't want to fucking lecture. Because a lot of people, the majority of people in that hospital are in there from self-inflicted things. Whether it's eating the wrong foods, lack of fucking exercise, bad habits they have. How about like fucking
600,000 a
alcohol
year.
abuse?
Yeah.
Like there's tons of people in the hospital, probably half the people who could have prevented their hospital visit if they did. Like getting or not getting a vaccine is just another one of those fucking things. You're going to tell me they're going to deny service to a person who didn't get vaccinated when they wheel a fucking fentanyl fucking addict in there?
Who's vaccinated?
You give me a break. Like, unfortunately, as a doctor, that's your job to save people and not to fucking be
Right. Not to discriminate on why they're there.
not to be the judge of whether somebody is
Well,
saved
it
or
goes
not.
against the what was it called? The Hippocratic
Oath,
or
yeah.
whatever? Yeah, it goes against
in the
like,
Constitution, right?
Yeah, we know all about how these oaths work these days, you know.
Dude, last week, the Mag Show. This was our most listened to show in the history of Not Real Radio.
No.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So the Mag not only, did our show and we got listeners, from our audience and I think his. He also took our show and then posted it on his channels on BitChute and on YouTube. Reposted it from his page,
wow.
which was really cool. So a lot more people got to hear us. And the one on his page, dude, what I'm telling you, he's getting like thousands and thousands of views. Like, it's crazy. You hit 100 views, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Once you get up to 1,000, that's real fucking cool.
It's
But
crazy.
the difference between 100 and 1,000, and then the difference between 1,000 and like 14,000, that's a gigantic amount. That's amazing. And man, he's getting that, and a lot of people got to hear Not Real Radio, so very appreciative of Mag and
get the
coming on.
message.
Yeah, thank you, Mag.
I think that was really cool that we got to kind of promote him and talk. We weren't even promoting about it. We were just doing what we do, talking about it. I found something. I really liked it. It changed my life. We used it for entertainment value and how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you really do.
Totally organic. And then it got to transcend with actually talking to him. And the experience was
Yeah, it was cool.
was fun. I hope everybody had fun listening to it. I got a lot of good reviews from that show and felt good. And dude, the majority of the comments on Mag's site, please don't leave BitChute. Love your Mag. If smart people stick together, we will survive. Great to hear Mag on the radio. I think they got confused with Not Real Radio. But it was a radio nonetheless. We love you, Mag. God bless. I mean, they go on and on. Lots and lots of good comments. Awesome, Mag. Awesome. A lot of support for Mag. And then a person said something. I couldn't find the actual quote, but people made some negative comments about how we thought we were laughing and not taking things serious enough. Whatever, that's your opinion. I think laughing at it is just that now the truth does that to you. Like, you hear the truth, it makes me laugh that someone said the fucking truth. And goddamn, the dude saying it in a Jamaican-ass accent, he says some words funny, and I don't care if that makes me stupid, immature, asshole, whatever it makes me, that shit funny to fucking me. Sorry, it's very fun. Something that breaks the goddamn norm and is different makes me very happy. Like, that's what I look for in entertainment. Is it different? And Mag is definitely different. But this lady made a comment that actually kind of let us know that we're not alone. She says, Mag has me dying laughing when he explains this bullshit. It's because he makes the bullshit so obvious and so clear to see through it that I laugh like, wow. I didn't see that yet. So it's plain to see. Mag, you never miss. So that's a person like us that goes, yeah, you don't have to be mad all the time at this shit. If somebody's making it entertaining and funny, it's okay to laugh now, even during horrible times. Like, we need to laugh now and have fun more than ever.
Yeah,
like, you don't want everybody to go, I'm glad I got vaccinated because I can laugh. All those unvaccinated people, they don't even laugh no more.
Yeah, because they're all dead.
Yeah. And then that problem will be over.
Can't laugh on a ventilator.
Somebody said, awesome. Get it in, Mag. Much respect. If Mag had a radio station, it would be relevant then to actually, it would be relevant then to actually buy a radio. I don't know. When a Mag says a radio station, I think he means just like something off of a streaming service to where you just go to a website and you press play and it plays your audio files that you save somewhere. That way you don't have to rely on these networks.
There it is. Mag always brings the truth, but I don't trust this interviewer that much. Giving sleepy vibes.
Yeah, that's my new name, Sleepy Vibes.
Sleepy Vibes tone.
Dude, Sleepy Vibes, like I wasn't woken up.
You're not woke?
Yeah, they said he seemed like he's a little sleepy.
They did have a bunch of...
What is woke? Is woke like the liberal thing? And like being awake is...
I think it was, but... So I will say this. There's a lot of these mag like army, the Bamily, I think they call, which is awesome. Bamily, bam. There's a lot of them. If you disagree with one thing Mag says, then you burn the witch. Like, you know, I'm like, damn, I feel so bad for that. Like, I think that's another major problem I bring it up on the Mag show is, man, you shouldn't be looking for any one person to give you all the answers. Like, we're all human. We're all learning every second based on the information where we give. And if you can't take something somebody does and calculate whether you agree with it or not, that's your fucking bad. That you need to have this one person that's going to figure and explain everything to you.
Right.
I thought at one time in my life it was Alan Watts. Then I figured the fucking Eastern philosophy genius that he was married 3 times and a fucking alcoholic. I'm like, okay, well, that worked good for him. Let me go follow all those Zen rituals.
Yeah.
Seem to
Did
work.
You find out about Bob Ross, too? I mean, everybody... he wasn't perfect either, you know? He was doing this really old lady for years, cheating on his wife. Everybody thought he was like...
Even the way he talked was fake.
Yeah, it was all fake. The hair was fake. He wanted to get rid of the hair. They made him keep it. Everything's fake. You know, Dean Martin he didn't even drink alcohol on
Couldn't
stage.
dance.
That was all fake, too. It's all fake.
With some other ones. Hope all is well, Mag. Good to see you. Great interview. Where's the one? I'm looking for the one where it talked about the clips.
There's a couple.
Man, I can't
let's
find
go.
it. Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, I got this one here.
So
okay, you got it?
So then we had the problem to where it was cutting out because of the fucking XSplit decided to update and change the settings. So anyway, I got that fixed now, I think. Anyway, they thought they were trying to censor us or that we edited the show. And it was like, it's just fucking...
Radio was cut when Mag started talking about the Malaysia flight. I noticed that too. Very suspect. Radio station won't allow any truth. Ain't that some BS? I don't trust most stations, always censoring. I feel like these people were trolling Mag, to be honest. They were laughing a lot, so I don't know. They were trolling the most. They have a podcast. Of course, they want to be famous. Shaking my head, whack-ass host. Yeah, they are garbage. If I was Mag, I wouldn't go back on that talk show. I'm not feeling the fake clapping, and the screen is proper demonic to me. Yeah, it was a strange vibe from those people. Yeah, I feel it too. Then Mag came on. Yes, you're right, my friend. They cut out a lot of it. Much respect. So him putting they with all caps, he means like the fucking they, not us, you know? And they said, wow, Mag, I think that's the first time I've seen you reply to any comment. I feel blessed. Thanks for your hard work. Respect from England. But yeah, like they didn't like Mayday's laugh tracks. What? They said it was very cringe.
What?
Very cringe.
Oh, come on. That's how we can we gotta all enjoy it.
You're
you know
never
what I
gonna
mean?
please everybody.
No,
I mean,
no.
If you got a horse and you got a chick, right? And y'all are both walking on the side of the horse, right? Somebody's gonna be like, haha, you fucking idiots, you can't figure out how to ride a horse.
Here's a good one.
But then you put the chick up there, right? There's gonna be someone there that's gonna be like, hey, you fucking whipped, ha ha ha. And then if you get both on there, they're gonna be like, oh, poor animal. No matter what you do,
Somebody's
somebody's
gonna
be
have a problem
pissed.
with it.
Yeah, it don't matter. So to be you know?
You educated them on a lot of topics. I could tell some of your statements were cut, etc. It was a great interview minus the fake laughing tracks, etc. Never gone, my friend. Please
got more
allow
hate than
Mag to finish his sentences. You cut him off way too many times while he was making a sentence. Here's my favorite one. I can feel this in my soul. Something not right here. That wasn't Mag. That was a AI. And if they edit out the startup at the middle of them talking, you know something is off. When since did Mag need acclamation? Never, never, never.
Jesus.
Like that person really felt strongly. Yeah. Like,
I know.
she thought, but people thought, a couple people thought that it was fake and that wasn't really Mag.
What? Not real.
Not real Mag.
I will say this, the majority, we focused on the negative, the vast majority are positive. Granted, they're mostly about the mag, but still,
Right.
I thought that was cool. If we were that horrible and that did that bad of a job, every fucking comment would have been how much we fucking sucked, because you know people cannot wait to say something sucks. If the only downfall I had is that we laughed and that I might not have agreed with the mag on everything, and I didn't remember about the Malaysian flight
Yeah, they
because for
said you were a
some
fake
reason,
truther.
yeah, it doesn't interest me whatsoever. Maybe I
The
just
Malaysian thing, yeah. You could go into any field you want with what happened there. What was that, 2013?
yeah, I'm old,
20
man.
months
I
or
remember
something,
my breakthrough was the JFK assassination. Not that I saw
Yeah.
it, but that was like the cool conspiracy road to start going down before
Hey.
9/11.
And the
That's
moon
what you had.
landing, you know? And
Yeah, the
Oh,
fake moon landing.
You think they really went up there with the gold tin file?
Probably not.
I'm not going as far as saying that I know the earth is flat or think the earth is flat, but I definitely know the people who tell me it's round are lying motherfuckers. So it would not surprise me if this motherfucker's flat as a goddamn...
Yeah, that's becoming more and more. It looks like, yeah, it might be. It might be.
Definitely possible. We never.
Dude, so I
seen it.
did find Mag from him being my favorite YouTube show. Well, I found another one. Dude, my new favorite YouTube show. I check it daily to watch. He usually posts 2 videos. It's Bushcraft Bear. Bushcraft Bear, and he makes videos about survival and cooking and in the woods with wildlife. That's what he started doing. Now, though, he's on the island.
Las Palmas.
What is it? La Palma?
La Palmas or Las Palmas?
Yeah, he's on the island with the volcano while it's erupting, and he does daily, updates on it.
He's adorable.
Hello,
Yeah.
my dear viewers. This is Bushcraft Bear speaking to you live here from the Canary Islands, La Palma. This is the 3rd week of the volcano eruption over here. This night was not a tough night. This night was brutal. I still have to recover from that night. I could not sleep. I woke up every 2 hours and checked everything. Is everything okay? I tell you more about that in a minute.
Poor thing. Aw.
You can hear him starting to, it's fatiguing. Like he said, man, it's like a loud jet engine taking off all day, all night, and then there's explosions in it, and then there's constant earthquakes. It's like, dude, this place sounds like a scary fucking place to live. And then at night when they show him showing the lava streams going down, just tearing through these cities. Like, you can't actually see it happening. He's far enough away. But then when you start realistically realizing, today he gave out some numbers, and the amount of houses that were destroyed is like thousands. It ain't like 10 or 15 houses. It's like thousands of houses. And we're not talking destroyed like they need a new roof. We're talking they're burnt to shit. Like, it's like,
people.
yeah, like holy crap. But kind of cool. My favorite part is him living through this and how much it is affecting him.
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty wild. Good show. You got one more?
Here behind the city is the volcano. And over here you can see this new lava stream. And you can see some smoke. This new lava stream is destroying buildings at the moment, banana plantations, and it's on its way to the coast. The coast is over here. This is the lava close to the industrial complex of Los Llanos. Here another lava stream, and here a lava stream in the middle of the banana plantations, moving very fast.
Dude, I love that show. And he's great. He's got an accent. I don't
he's got a
want to
cute
hear.
mustache.
I don't want to hear freaking Americans talk anymore.
No.
Give me a Jamaican and this dude, I'm happy. I'm like, I'm
For real,
entertained.
I love these accents.
He, did you hear about like the lava stream potentially like getting into the ocean, fucking up the East Coast and stuff with
And
like,
causing, like,
like
Because
a
it-
tidal wave too
causing,
from like the
like, a big
tectonics.
storm.
So there's
Yeah.
a row of these volcanoes that are erupting.
Right.
And they're like, if they erupt enough that the inner, inside between the channels cracks and that part of the island falls into the ocean, it starts a tsunami
shit,
that travels
yeah.
across, and then 100-foot wave hits the coast, and then everywhere that's under 100 foot goes underwater.
That's definitely us.
But that's like some complete worst case scenario, and probably
Yeah.
very unlikely. Probably
Yeah.
more likely you'll die from COVID if you're vaccinated.
Right.
I hope this fucking show gets taken down. I want to be removed from YouTube. We'll start a network with the mag.
Yeah.
Mag on, yeah. Not real mag.
We'll all join together and have a website and a big thing of storage. And
Dude, that's a good idea.
just people won't be
Yeah.
able to be convenient
be
and
the
just
not
go to
real
YouTube
truth.
anymore.
The Not Real Truth
Shut the
Network.
fuck up.
Little Sleepy Network.
I have to yell over you. Oh, we finished watching Midnight Mass. You
What
don't
the
watch
fuck?
anything? No Netflix? Nothing?
I do. It just depends. But no new brainwashing shows.
Really?
Like I'm not watching Squid Game bullshit or any of this
Oh,
crap.
Squid Game's incredible.
No.
Great show.
I assume that everything that's coming out now is nothing but to brainwash. And I don't feel like the thing is every time I watch something new come out, it might be good. It might be I'm sure Squid Game is good. I'm sure it's like enticing.
incredible.
But what's happening is my brain's going to be fighting against the propaganda that's being subtly put in this crap the whole fucking time, and then I'm not even enjoying it. You know?
Zartome, what
can't-
propaganda did you get from that show?
From what?
From Squid Game?
From Squid Game?
Yeah, did you feel that we got propaganda from it?
Yeah, there's a story that I got in here where they did a pop-up shop in Paris or somewhere. I don't know where. I don't feel like scrolling through the notes to find it.
Okay.
But they did a pop-up shop in a foreign country where they were selling Squid Game merchandise. And they ended up having a Squid Game where a giant fight broke out there.
Yeah.
So to me, Squid Game was all those people had financial problems because most of them were selfish or gamblers or whatever reason that they had financial problems, and they showed the length of people willing to go to be rich and to alleviate debt and shit.
Can I say something?
What?
So I was hanging out with my brother's kids yesterday. They're 8 and 12. And we're talking, and all of a sudden my 12-year-old niece says, "Oh, did you watch Squid Game?" And I'm like, yes. I thought that was for adults. And she's like, oh, everybody at school's talking about it. Oh, we're playing it on Roblox, and they have all the challenges on Roblox. And like, oh, look, we can make that honeycomb thing. They got a YouTube video that tells you how to make the honeycomb thing. And all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck? And this kid's telling me this. And then the aunt's like, oh, God, I gave her my Netflix password. I didn't know she was watching anything
Well, they
like
had this
that."
story called the TikTok knockout that I had for this week on some shit that happened this week that doesn't really matter, but then maybe it does. And the kid in Covington knocked the fuck out their teacher, and they said it was because of this TikTok game that, the kids are playing it, and everybody's blaming TikTok. Like, oh yeah. So now the liberals now want to ban TikTok, just like
Right.
Trump wanted
Love
to
that
ban
song.
TikTok.
TikTok's one of the only places where info's still going through.
When we were in school, we didn't have TikTok. We didn't even have the internet. You know what? We did fucked up shit. Some of the same fucked up shit that kids from other schools were doing. And we didn't see it in a movie, and nobody told us to do it. We just did it because we were kids.
Right.
And you know, there's so many kids that did the real fucked up things. Probably majority of them were fucked up kids, came from fucked up homes, and they were raised by fucked up grandparents because their fucked up parents fucking fucked up.
Can I ask something though?
And
Because you
so,
changed
like-
the subject real fast. Like, do you think it's disconcerting that this child watched this show? She told me she only watched 3 episodes. Then I told her everything that happened, so
Allie,
she wouldn't
right
watch
now
the
in
rest.
this medium is not the time for me to give advice to you.
No, I'm just wondering, like, the whole point of it, he brought us great. My whole point is, don't you think it's strange that, like, that's an adult, a very adult show, that it's been spread around with kids, and the games they're playing and all that stuff, and in
A lot of
school?
things are happening, so we'll see what happens.
Why are you
But
playing Trump behind me?
We are looking at a lot of alternatives with respect to TikTok.
I'm just saying, you don't think it's
Well,
interesting? Like, that kids, I was shocked that kids
I'll
were
have to
watching
agree
that.
with Allie with this one.
That show
I
is
do
very
think,
mature.
What does it say?
Well, I mean,
Something wrong with the kids?
No. I just
No, who marketed
it's
it to them? How'd
it's
they
just-
find
it's
out about
It's
it?
marketed to kids. It looks like the colors and everything. It's
Yeah.
all bright and happy. It's very kid oriented the
It
way
didn't
it
even
looks.
occur to me, kids. And they're like, it's just tug of war and it's just red light, green light. We
But
played
it's-
that in school. I'm
it's-
like, yeah, I know.
They were
But
watching
honestly,
Five
kids
Nights
are-
at Freddy's.
No, but there were people
Right.
getting shot. This is not that.
But I just think overall, like in culture and the new shows and everything, it's all just a culture of death.
You think it's to desensitize the kids, maybe?
I
So
think
that they'll
so.
just
It's
be like normal when they
desensitization.
see their kids getting shot
Yeah.
down the street.
Absolutely.
I watched Scarface when I was a kid. I never fucking chopped nobody up with a chainsaw.
I'm not
right,
saying
too.
it's going to
You
make
want
them
to?
do anything.
But
I
I
just
think
wonder
this
if
is on
it's
a different
scarring them
level.
I
mentally.
listen to rap music. I never shot anybody.
I'm not saying it's going to make them do anything. I'm saying it's scarring them mentally.
It's
Like,
just-
it
it's-
scarred me, and I'm an adult.
They'll be fine.
I'm sure they'll
They'll be
fine.
prepared for the world that
But
their parents have laid
I
out
just
for
think
them.
it's a trend. I'm more concerned. What I'm
true.
more concerned though is like is just the overall timbre of everything coming out now. It's all dark. It's all about how humans really kind of just need to be exterminated, pretty much, somehow, some way. It's all just crap to me right now. Sorry, but I'm not seeing a lot of art. I'm seeing some things that are good, but a lot of things it's all the same shit.
It's definitely social engineering.
Yeah, social
Like Bob,
engineering through the media.
completely.
And
But the Midnight Mass was a fucking amazing show. That was great. Like I can still
Where did it come
appreciate
out
it.
on?
I see
was
great.
Netflix.
I
That's
see
Netflix.
great commercials. I don't go run out and buy that product, and I understand why it was made, but I don't like go. This is not good.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we should deprive ourselves from entertainment or storytelling. And the fact that you don't agree with the message of what you just watch at least lets you know that this is out there and what's being promoted. Like the thing that gets me is usually there's things made for kids, there's things made for adults.
Right.
Now it's just
It's all the
things
same.
made.
Well, look at the adults though. Let's go uptown in this city right now, and let's go look at some of these adults. I mean, they're in a state of arrested development. A lot of them. I mean, they're still collecting Pokemon.
That's true.
Right? Or I like the parents that try to dress like their kids. Like the kids should be dressed like the kids, and the
But
parents should
seriously,
be
like,
dressed
look,
like a parent. Now
no,
the parents go, "Oh, look, we're gonna get matching
wanna go-
outfits, so I match with my kids."
I
Like
want
you
you to
fucking.
go uptown, like the people that are around, like my age, like 30 exact, kind of at the same time, and they're still in adolescence. They're still collecting toys. They're obsessed with anime cartoons, just cartoons in general, and childish things.
Hey, cartoons.
Sorry.
What, you watch cartoons?
I do.
We'll
Sometimes
watch
I'll put on
Family
I'll put
Guy
on
and
Looney
stuff like
Tunes
that.
and Family.
Family Guy
Yeah, sure.
doesn't
Yeah, that doesn't. I'm
count.
talking about just
Looney
like
Tunes.
All right.
I will.
He's talking about the same animes that
But-
my brother's kids are watching. These adults are
But
watching.
like I'm just saying, like it's just really sad. But I look at these guys and they can't even grow a beard. I don't know what happened to their testosterone. They got cut off at like 20. It's like they got like this fuzz beard and then they're fat and like and then they're still big kids. And you can't. And they're all liberal. They all think the same. And all they do is base their whole political and emotional opinions based on whatever hot chick works at the bar and is a liberal too. They're just a bunch of simps. I'm just seeing a simp culture. I'm seeing men not being able to have the backbone to stand up and, hey, I like this because I like it, not because some hot bitch likes it.
Well, when
You
you
know?
your whole base, the whole male persona is looking for some woman's fucking respect.
Yeah.
And then I think most dudes, they just want to get married to check that off the list.
Yeah.
Like, okay, not a faggot.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Hey,
And it's just like, that's the way a lot of them think. And that's the
I
way they
guess,
think.
but-
That's what they say in their head. I don't want to be labeled a fag, so... You know, I just get married to this fucking giant ice cream. I'll just buy 4 gallons of fucking ice cream to keep this fucking heifer happy.
Oh my god.
But look, I'm not trying. God, I'm gonna sound like such an asshole.
I would
when
suck
say
more
that, but
dicks if ice cream came
I was
out. of it.
rewarded for my behavior.
If I liked anime, though, I would watch anime. Whatever I like, it's what I like. It's not because anybody. It's.
I know what
You know
you're
what I
saying,
mean?
though.
You know what I mean?
It rules their
It's-
life like a
it
child.
does, man. They're like big fucking kids.
Like, we watch cartoons, we watch Castlevania and
Yeah,
stuff,
sure.
but it, like,
But
doesn't
it doesn't
dominate my
define my
life.
fucking
Castlevania is
life.
an adult cartoon.
You know, like these guys, like they really, I mean, they did not grow up. They did not fucking grow up, and I'm sure they all went and got the shot too, like right away. You know, and it is what it is. I mean, fuck them.
Yeah.
They never gave me any respect
Dude,
when
we
I
all-
was going around uptown playing shows all the time and everything. All those snotty freaking Loyola kids, you know, who never grew up with their
Exactly.
daddy's money. You know, I hope they're having a really fun time. And when Ida hit, and I'm sorry that y'all lost power, I really am, but part of me was laughing so fucking hard inside and so happy about thinking about the trendy transplants that came here from like other cities too with their daddy's money, wanting that trendy experience.
Yeah,
of
they're gonna
New
get
Orleans.
cultured.
Trendy. Yeah, really.
Let's go save some black people.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, they're the saviors, but they come here and they have no fucking idea. I hope they really enjoyed not having power. I wonder how many of them actually stayed the whole
They got the
time.
fuck out of
Oh,
here.
they evacuated. They didn't stay at
I think
all.
a bunch ain't even
Yeah.
coming back.
No, I hope
How
not.
many of them even
I hope
work
they
down
got
there
the
on
fuck
house?
out. Yeah.
Fucking joke. Dude, we also, wait, let me finish Midnight Mass. You watch season 2 of that if they made one?
Of course.
Really? I kind
Yeah, I
of
thought
hope
it
they
was
don't.
well done, but I don't know if there's nothing else to do. It ended really well.
Yeah, I think so. That should be the last of that. I think it is. I think they called that a mini series. That usually means it's a mini series and we're not going to drag it out for
There was nothing else to
36
say. The
years.
way it ended was really, final.
Yeah, I like
Except
it.
for one small thing, but like that thing flying away at the end, I couldn't tell where it went or if it might have gotten away. You know.
We also went to the New Orleans Nightmare in the same location that House of Shock used to be. We've been a couple of times.
Used to be.
We skipped all the lines. If I did not have to skip all the lines, I would give it a very bad review. Just because I don't like lines. Because they had a fucking line.
They had 2 lines. They had the line outside to even get to the first gate, and then they had the actual line to get into the haunted house.
They have less of a lines to go get this life-saving vaccine than they do to get into a haunted house.
The only line longer than the line at the House of Shock was the line at Rouse's.
Yeah, right. And I'd say same problem. My only complaint about the place, since we went through, skipped the line, so that wasn't bad at all. But the lack of people working there. There's just nobody working there. And like when you get into it, the place looks cool, like designed well, just didn't have a lot of people working in the thing. Which I'd say that was the only negative thing about it.
hated it.
No, Caitlin
had
liked
Did they
it.
put their hands
It was
on
fun.
you?
It was fun.
Did they put their hands on you?
No.
No?
I don't remember. They grabbed us with this gigantic
The fake hands grab you.
skeleton
Yeah.
thing.
They made it to where you really couldn't get away from it. I thought I timed it and it got me.
I spit on
And
it.
I was like,
rubbed it on my ball sack.
It was fun to act like a dumbass and scream.
They spit on you?
It was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It was fun to see Jared and Caitlin. That was a good time. Fucking Caitlin Zilla.
Dude, we had a great time, man. I thought it was cool. It's very calm. Like the haunted house itself, like you said, it's not
Hey, time
as
out. You
chaotic.
do know that people were complaining that you were playing clips, not that you weren't playing enough.
Wait, what?
Like, are you like trying to step it up this week?
I think he's doing a great job.
Double down.
What?
What I told this lady was, look, if
Tonight
you
he
don't-
was playing
No,
4
listen,
clips on
I
top
did
of
tell
himself
him, look,
over a song.
If you don't like it, then guess what? That's fine. You don't have to listen to this show. And that was pretty much the easy answer. This is what we do, and it's how we do it. And Mayday's
Hey, I was
unique.
talking to him.
I understand.
I
He's
ain't heard
unique.
him
I'm
say much
standing up
tonight
for my
except
friend
bitch about
Mayday.
cow dipping.
I'm standing up for Mayday and
Salty.
saying that what he does is
don't
very
need-
vital and important
Hey.
to this show.
If Mayday needs to stand up, he can stand up. He got 2 legs. He don't need you to fight his battle.
Okay, great.
All right.
But he just laughs and has a red face. So I'm trying to speak when he can't.
This is what he's got to say. Here's his answer. Mayday's reply.
Oh, I'm just having
That's
fun,
it?
man.
Oh, all right.
I'm just having fun. Like, I don't really care what people think.
The coolest part of our last track that they don't know and would not understand is that that's all of our guests laughing.
right.
And now we got Mag, and we're going to add Mag to the fucking laugh
Oh, you
track.
gotta add
so
Mag
now you're
in
gonna
it.
extra hate that.
Mag in it.
Mag, I'm gone. We went to the alley. Anything on the
I
haunted
tried
house?
to talk about it and I got like yelled at.
I know. Something more interesting struck me.
It was kind of calm going through there. Like usually a haunted house would be a little more chaotic. Like you said, would be more people there. See, like if you don't get scared by this person, there's another one so fucking close. So like you miss that part of it. But to me, I like walking through a haunted house real slow and just look at everything.
That shit dark. You ain't fucking seeing
No, I
nothing.
can see everything. I love all the old, like I just love the whole horror prop thing. I
Horror.
think they do a great job of making like a spooky house or whatever. So like I like that. And then a lot of times the people don't really fuck with me that bad. And I think it's because they can see me walking around like this wide eyes, just looking at everything. And like half the time I'm smiling because it's fun. And it's like, okay, they can tell I'm not scared. So I thought about pretending to be scared so they would jump at me and stuff.
Did they have the platform that had the circular thing with the
Yep,
lights going
yep,
around? That's my
yep.
favorite. That thing always trips me out.
That thing's fucked up. That
Yeah.
and the swamp.
The swamp's pretty
The swamp was
creepy.
lame this year. That was different.
Really?
Yeah. Like they didn't have people coming in and out of it. And then also the water looked different.
They didn't. One of the smoke machines must have been broken.
Yeah, it didn't feel as real. Like it usually feels like you're really in that motherfucker.
And it was hot as fuck.
They did have some
It needs to
very
be a little
muggy
cool
parts.
for that.
There was some very muggy parts.
It's because there's no air circulation.
Yeah. But it seemed longer than usual. That's what she said. But it
Why
did.
would she say that? Like all of a sudden the dick would be longer than usual? That don't make sense.
I don't know.
You gotta have hope.
So
right?
that's
Yeah.
a bad
Could
example.
be good.
of that.
But so
Time to
I'll-
retire that joke.
Well,
Go ahead.
fucking joke police. I'm telling a story,
Allie,
man.
your story is longer than it took for us to walk through the fucking thing.
FTP, man. ACAB, man. Fuck you.
I mean,
so I was just trying to say that
Real.
I was just trying to say that it was a pretty cool experience. I thought it was longer than usual. I think the ending was very anticlimactic, and they need to do something about that. I always thought having the guy with the chainsaw running around at the end is stupid because it's not scary to me because I know there's not really a blade on there. But it is funny to watch the people get chased out with the chainsaw. So that kind of sucks they didn't have anything like that. You just walked out and it was over, and you're like, oh shit, okay.
One year they had a person that would slide across the pavement.
Yeah, with the little
metal.
sparks. I love that.
They didn't have that, and that was
No.
my favorite part. They were just out in
Yeah.
the crowd while people were waiting.
Did they have the standard though? The guy with the chainsaw without the blade on.
No,
it
that's what I'm
staring you?
saying. They
Oh,
didn't have it.
that.
They
Oh,
didn't.
That always scared me.
One entertaining thing was when being able to see the groups in front. They had this group of about 7 girls and maybe like 1 or 2 simps, and they were like teenagers, and they all had arms on each other's shoulders like a chain.
Going through like the
and
centipede.
they never separated the entire time, and they were terrified. It was pretty entertaining to see that.
That's because they've never been around or know them people like that are working there.
I think they're
Those
big
are our people.
animatronics.
Like,
I
you know
will
what
say
I'm
this
saying?
for the 13th Gate or whatever it's called, the 13th Entertainment Company. They do have some badass animatronics that you never seen anywhere else. Like their animatronics are better than the fucking like those fake dinosaurs at the zoo and shit. Them shit's scary. Like I really felt like I got grabbed by
Dinosaurs.
something a couple
Bullshit.
times. And like the freaking, they just got some badass props. I was impressed by the quality of it. So those are some things that I thought I would say.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, we're not going to get to some shit that happened this week. Kyle already, like, what else could happen this week?
Right.
You know?
Right.
A lot happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Dude, I watched Tyson Fury and Wilder fight last night. That was incredible. Very impressed on that. Nowhere near the quality that UFC does. When it comes to fighting and fight entertainment, UFC is... There's a reason why nobody watches boxing anymore. But for a heavyweight fight, to watch something old school
I still
like a boxing match, I
still
think it
like
was good.
I love both. I respect both. I still like. I know boxing a lot of times is rigged, but I love it. I love watching.
Last night there was a lot of things
How
that were
was
like it could have been rigged.
Who won? I wasn't even.
Fury won.
Oh, really?
And dude, it went late. I
What?
think it went to 11th round, 10th or 11th. And dude, I'm telling you, it was like a Rocky fight.
Did anyone get knocked out?
Yeah, dude. Wilder, I think, got knocked down first, got up, and then knocked Fury down twice. And then he got up, and then they went back and forth to where, oh, this one's about to go down. Oh, this one's going down. And then they kept surviving the rounds. And then finally he knocked out Wilder.
That's awesome.
But yeah, back and forth. But once they come out and it's like WWE with the entrances and shit, it starts to seem a little bit like if this is so fake and goofy. And then, dude, the weirdest fucking thing happened after. Tyson Fury like starts singing some song about Las Vegas after the post-fight interview. He just
really
bust out
weird.
into song and almost sang a whole verse of a song and a chorus. I was
really
like, what the
did.
fuck is happening
Probably
here?
so out of it.
Oh, it was so weird, man.
But his brains just rocks so many things.
But as far as production level of the event,
Yeah.
UFC is where it's at. It's fucking amazing. But
I don't want to get punched with either a hand mitt or a glove. That's
Yeah, I'm not
with
really
any of
into
those
getting
people.
punched.
No, those were all like
I don't want to be punched by just some dude at the grocery store.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
getting punched just ain't my thing, but I do admire and will watch the fuck out of some other people decide to do it.
Absolutely.
That and just what I watch usually sports for is those moments where you know that person is elevating themselves to the next level or their will to win is so great that they're willing
like-
to put themselves through something.
It's like you're almost seeing that person's will to live and also their will to kill. I
Yeah.
mean, I think a lot of times in UFC, the way that they win is it's really the objective in their mind. You have to have it is to kill the other person, and they'll stop you before you do, kind of thing. Like, but I do think it's
You gotta have that
if there's
mentality.
any sport that's as sport as it gets, I think it's anything with fighting. I don't. You know what I mean? I think it's trying to get there, but they put on pads and they have formations and plays and stuff like that. I think.
But when I watch somebody in the NBA barely get like kneed in the side and they fall on the ground and got to pull them off on a stretcher and
When
they
I
miss
fell
10
down.
games. And then I watch UFC and the dude got kneed in the side to where it's bruised and already look like he's got a cracked rib and he makes it 3 more rounds. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. It just shows you how much of a pussy everybody else is. You know, we watched the dude last night. The dude had a broken toe. His toe was fucking broken. And like fought 2 more rounds with a broken toe and continued to kick the guy with the fucking foot with the broken toe on it. And I'm like, this is like, man, pal, I hated my job, but at least if I got a broken toe, I sit down for at least 20 minutes and smoke a cigarette.
It's terrible, but
Dude,
it's cool.
Speaking of fighting, next week guest Luke Hawks will join us. We can talk about heels. You got a week if you listen to this show. You got a week to go watch heels, so that we don't have to worry about spoiling it for you because we're gonna talk about it hopefully in depth with Luke. I'm gonna ask him about the Hollywood strike that may be happening soon, and that's gonna really
it's already
fucking
happening
suck.
here.
Really? So
I have a
unfortunately,
cousin in the industry. They're striking right now.
So,
the
man,
production people, they're all striking because these fucking Netflix shows, the hours, it's crazy.
Luke
Sorry.
might be good and fired up because you got all that going on. They've taken away his live events that he used to put on. So
he can't do them right
this
now?
is gonna be hard time for Luke. But what we've come to see is hard time bring out sometimes the best in people. It doesn't always have to be the worst.
right.
When you're faced with a struggle, or you're faced with your survival, it doesn't always mean it's gonna bring out the worst in people. It may bring out the best.
I agree.
Well, dude, good to see you, Kyle, man.
So fucking
it was
good
awesome,
to see
man.
y'all, man.
Glad
I
you
missed the
passionate.
fuck out of y'all, man. I really did.
I haven't been
It's
finding
been fucking
too.
like 4 years or something. I think when last time I was on here, a little over 4 fucking years, man.
Yeah, I went back and tried to find the show, and I couldn't.
Dude,
I was
I
like,
don't
I
know.
give up. I don't know.
Like-
It's been a long time.
But you know, it's funny how short that time seems in a way. It's just a little blur, you know. It's like back, and y'all are the same. I think I'm pretty much the fucking same.
That's because we didn't get vaccinated.
Right.
Dude,
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It
hell
really
yeah! When you
means a lot.
get when you get music, man, send it over
I
so we
will.
can add it to the
will.
show,
It's gonna
man.
be so inappropriate.
I'm down for it, man.
Raw.
Dude, man, that good shit, big money.
Thanks for coming on, Kyle. It's good hanging and talking.
Absolutely, Mike. It's great seeing you
Hell
again,
yeah!
man.
Next week, Luke Hawks. Our countdown to 300 continues. Till then, keep it not real.